subscribe, like the video, and, if possible, join Patreon. But if you don't have much money, you can support the channel by watching the novels on euroaudiobooks.com. Remember that you can participate in the polls so that your favorite novel gets published for free.
Post views. 321 Kevin template. Live broadcast of Star Iron from the Collapse Chapter 028. I left Tesla and Joffrey behind. Walter on Earth was a little confused after hearing what Xing Qiong said in the light curtain. However, the self in the picture refuted Xing Qiong. It seems that it is not what he said. These things, even I don't know. Walter in the world in the light curtain can deny it immediately. Could it be that our experiences are different? He even knows more than me. Return to the space station. Sorry, I was abrupt. I shouldn't have made a rash judgment about Mr. Walter. So, can you answer my original question? Okay. Walter nodded. It seems that your understanding of me is limited to this point in time. I can tell you came here after the incident at St. Fontaine. Yeah? Xing Qiong was slightly stunned. Then he nodded. Although he knew that Walter was smart, he didn't expect that he had guessed these from his words. Indeed, the Walter he knew, or it shouldn't be said, that it was the plot announced by the official. It only went up to here. So he only knew these. During the time when Walter left the Collapse world and came to the Star Iron world. How long did he stay on the train? What happened? And how did he get here? Xing Qiong didn't know anything, even through the vague animations and plots released by the official. The truth of many things is the guess of himself and the majority of players. Game companies are like this. Through ambiguous plots, players can find relevance on their own and find the truth in this way. It is to give players more room for imagination about unknown plots, so that when the truth is finally announced, many people will say, sure enough, it's the same as I thought. Or, it's actually like this. When the development of the event is different from what you think. After carefully chewing the plot and settings given by the official, I found that many details were not noticed by me. It turns out that this makes sense. Of course, when everything doesn't make sense, the authorities have another approach. Eat the book. Just like Xing Qiong at this moment. He will say that Walter left Tesla and Joyce and came to this world alone. Walter denied it here. Obviously, he guessed wrong. Xing Qiong thought about it. If at that time, the players found out through clues that the foul-mouthed blonde passenger who was kicked off the train by Pam. It turned out that it was not the time of Shukong Wanzong. How would everyone feel? Xing Qiong probably felt this way at this time. And after seeing Xing Qiong's reaction, Walter finally had a feeling of turning the game around. Finally, there is something you don't know. Just as Walter was about to continue, everyone listened with frowns. At this time, the live broadcast screen of the Earth showed an abnormality. When Walter in the picture continued to say something, a strange sound came from the light screen. A crackling interference. Walter in the picture was saying something, but the three people on Earth couldn't hear what was said in the picture. They could only see Xing Qiong listening carefully to Walter's words. Damn it, at this critical moment. Inside the space station, Walter certainly didn't know that someone was peeking through some weird thing and continued to speak. After that, we experienced the invasion of the heavenly beings again. Moreover, they have a means to deal with Honkai energy so that our combat effectiveness is drastically reduced. Of course, the purpose of the people in heaven is mainly energy. When she was at her wit's end, Kiana on the moon made a decision. She used all her Honkai energy to break through the countermeasures of the heavenly man. Fortunately, we succeeded. We chased them away. But she also lost her power. After that, the stock of Honkai energy on Earth no longer had any appeal to the people in heaven. Perhaps they feel that the gains from continuing the invasion are not proportional to the cost. The man from heaven has never appeared since then. The things I said. If you came here from that time point, you probably wouldn't understand. Xing Qiong nodded. He really didn't know these things. He couldn't believe that Kiana used all her strength to drive the man from the sky away. What happens after that? Post views. 304 Kevin template. Live broadcast of Star Iron from the Collapse Chapter 029. I continued. The reason I told you this is just to give you a better understanding of what will happen next. This is also the reason why I asked you at the beginning, how much do you know about me? So that's it. How thoughtful. I remember you said that you knew that Shukong Wanzong and I destroyed the outpost of the heavenly people. I don't know how you know this, so I won't ask any more questions. Since you know this, you should also know what I found in that base, right? Xing Qiong recalled the plot in the comic Foreign Land. It's information about Miss GZ. Xing Qiong said. Xing Qiong felt that this was probably what Walter wanted to say. You really know. Although he thought Xing Qiong might know, when Xing Qiong said it, Walter was still surprised. He actually knew so much. He even knew the information about how he discovered this world in GZ. I continued. At that time, I discovered that this world might be invaded by people from heaven. So I made relevant preparations after returning to Earth. After everything is over, that is, after we drive away the people in heaven. I started preparing to go to this world. We have modified the relic of the previous civilization, the second God's key, the Thousand Worlds One vehicle. In this way, the purpose of star travel can be achieved through it. Afterwards, as a train conductor, I kept looking for a way to come to this world. But contrary to expectations, interstellar travel technology has become mature, and trains have even started to carry passengers. In the end, the starry sky is no longer as far away as it once was in the eyes of us Earthlings. Until that time, I hadn't found a way to come to this world. The last time, it was Shukong Wanzong who found me and said he had found a way. I believed it, but something unexpected happened during this trip. We are entering uncharted territory. The train was no longer under our control and was about to be destroyed, and everyone on board would die. So we got off the train in a hurry. But when we woke up, we found that we were still on the train. But everything changed. The train conductor is a puppet named Pam, and the navigator is actually GZ from the world I was looking for. I think Shukong Wanzong did not lie to me. We really came to this world. But these variables are something we didn't expect. I don't know how much you know about the void. But given the situation at the time, Shukong Wanzong felt that our train was occupied by strangers. Originally the owner of the train, his identities had completely swapped at this moment. I tried to persuade him to calm down, but to no avail. During the argument, I did not help Shukong Wanzong. He left without saying goodbye, and his whereabouts have been unknown to this day. I stayed on the train. As you said, the people on the train didn't know about these things. I didn't tell them. After hearing this, Xing Qiong was completely shocked. What is going on? Xing Qiong couldn't figure it out for a while, and couldn't figure it out. Walter knew what Xing Qiong was thinking at this time, and then continued, I have no idea why this happened. But I can be sure that the Starry Sky train is the one train among 1,000 worlds, and it is the train that I drive. After a period of contact, I learned that this train had even been traveling through the stars for countless centuries. I don't know how many passengers got on and off. The train was even damaged, repaired, damaged again, and repaired again. Although it is hard to believe, I roughly guess that this world is not as simple as a parallel world. We may come is far into the future, many centuries away. My original intention was very simple. If possible, I would help this world, or at least tell the people of this world about the threat posed by the people in heaven. And thereby achieve the sincerity of friendly exchanges. But I was wrong. This world is much more vast than I imagined, and the beings here are even more powerful and mysterious than our former enemies. Although I came to this world, my original purpose has become meaningless, at least now. The help I can provide to this world is very minimal. I want to return to Earth. I can't be sure whether Earth civilization still exists now. Post views, 304 Kevin template. Live broadcast of Star Iron from the collapsed Chapter 030. Does the Earth civilization still exist? Xing Qiong has never thought about this. But according to Walter's inference, he may not be able to go back. But this does not mean that he can't go back. After all, this is just a live game. Of course, if he can't go back, then don't go back. Anyway, he has died once. It doesn't matter whether he is on Earth, in a universe, in a space station, or on a train. Just live well. Understand? Xing Qiong nodded thoughtfully. Now that we have come to this, it's time for you to reveal your identity. Of course, Mr. Walter Xing Qiong from Earth is a witness to the collapse of Earth civilization. That's about it. Okay, Mr. Walter, Ms. Black Tower is looking for me. I'll go over first. Okay. After saying that, Xing Qiong was ready to leave. By the way, Mr. Walter, you say, why can birds fly? Xing Qiong smiled and left the main control cabin, leaving Walter alone in the wind. At this time, the live broadcast screen on Earth also returned to normal. It seems that it deliberately prevents us from hearing those conversations. Bronya said. Walter was thoughtful. Yeah, that's the feeling. It is inevitable that people will feel uneasy about the unknown things. Although this light curtain appeared inexplicably but we may be able to use him to gain leverage against the people in heaven. Bronya said so. The reason for this is that Bronya has actually benefited from this. Truth power, cracked version. Walter was puzzled how you said that. Mr. Walter, look at this. As he spoke, countless external skeleton outlines gradually emerged around Bronya's body. Walter was stunned. In shock, he watched as Bronya's clothes were gradually covered by armor. Walter had seen it. Bronya was not as tall as she is now. At this moment, Bronya put on the armor she used against Kevin again. Walter couldn't help but sweat. The armor flashed with a deep blue light. Walter knew that this creation was not part of human technology. It was constructed by Bronya after she obtained the power of truth. The essential difference between the power of truth and the power of the Herschers of reason is that the Herschers of reason needs to learn and understand before it can construct physical objects. But the power of truth skips this stage. No need to learn or understand. As long as you think in your mind, you can construct reality. It makes it possible to construct things that are impossible to exist and impossible to manufacture in the current civilization. People give her the nickname of the Herschers of loans, asking for the unknown, asking for imagination. And you don't have to pay it back. But it shouldn't be like this. At least in Walter's logic, the Earth's collapse energy is not enough to support the huge power demand of the power of truth. But Walter did see this. Seeing Walter's surprised expression, Bronya was secretly proud. Of course, it was mainly because she couldn't show it. Then she explained the reason to Walter. Before you came back, Xing Qiong and the light curtain had an accident. In a crisis, I used this live broadcast system to exchange my power for something that could help him get through the crisis. And just after the crisis was resolved, the light curtain system gave me this feedback. You mean, that's right. There is no need for the power of truth based on Honkai energy. This, unbelievable. Shocked, Walter thought about it. That being said, it is indeed a good thing. Your power will be of great help to the subsequent battles between us and the people in the sky. So, Mr. Walter, what do you think? Should we call everyone here? If we are lucky, maybe someone else can get this power. Let me think about it. At this moment in the space station, Xing Qiong has come to the corner of the space station. The location of the Black Tower Laboratory in my memory, it should be around here when Xing Qiong came to the corner of the space station. The notification on his mobile phone rang. Black Tower, come in, I see you. Post views, 287 Kevin template, live broadcast of Star Iron from the collapsed chapter 031. Black Tower, come in, I see you. Okay, Xing Qiong looked at the door in front of him. It seemed that he had not walked in the wrong direction. At this time, the door in front of him also opened automatically when Xing Qiong came to the door. Xing Qiong walked in without thinking. Without waiting for a long time, he walked directly to the Black Tower puppet in the distance. As if sensing Xing Qiong's arrival, the puppet looked in Xing Qiong's direction. You came. Xing Qiong came to the Black Tower and looked around. It looked much more spectacular than in the game. You don't seem surprised that I discovered you. Dr. Haida, is a genius. I won't be surprised no matter what happens to you. Oh, you're actually very smart in this regard. Thank you for the compliment, MS. Haida. Before the real work begins, can I ask a question? You say, why do you want to make yourself a dwarf? This question stunned Haida. The puppet seemed to have lost power at that moment. No, it should be said that the wire was disconnected. I don't know how long it took for him to come back to his senses. What do you mean? Do you think I wasn't pretty when I was a kid? She was angry. Ha ha. No, not really. I mean, maybe, why don't you just act like an adult? It's not easy to control when the size gets bigger. Moreover, given the beauty of this genius, it is hard to say whether the doll created in an adult state will not give rise to criminal thoughts in a few people. Okay, but there should be a lot of people who would be interested in little girls of this age. No, it hasn't happened in all these years. Are you that kind of person? I am. In one sentence, the Black Tower was confused again. The puppet stopped in place again. Ha 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 ha. Xing Qiong gave a positive response seriously. He was almost laughing like crazy in his heart. When the puppet reacted again, he leaned back unconsciously. Are you serious about taking that half step back? I was wondering if you were serious about what you just said. Yes. Xing Qiong answered affirmatively again. The puppet leaned back again. Xing Qiong finally couldn't help laughing this time. But this sudden movement made the Black Tower puppet take another half step back. Stop. Just stand there and don't move. From today on, you will stay outside my range. Ha ha. I'm just kidding. How could I possibly like a short person? While speaking, Xing Qiong deliberately gestured with his palm, indicating that the other person's height was equal to his own body height. Of course, despite what Xing Qiong said, Haida did not come back. Well, no matter what, this matter is settled. If it weren't for the fact that you are still useful, I would tear your mouth apart. Then I suggest that Ms. Haida keep a safe distance from me. Stop talking nonsense and get down to business. Do you know why I asked you to come here? I know. Xing Qiong nodded. Oh, then tell me. I really want to know what you know. I think this is it. Xing Qiong pointed to the instrument beside him. In the game, this is the entrance to the simulated universe. I didn't expect you to be so smart. Don't dare to say the word smart in front of Ms. Haida, the 83rd seat in the Genius Club. You and that. That one, the one with red hair, you are as annoying as her. Xing Qiong deliberately highlighted 83. Obviously, Haida hated this name very much. Of course, Xing Qiong knew this and said this on purpose. Xing Qiong replied with a smile. Forget it. Haida obviously didn't want to waste time on this meaningless conversation. Since you have guessed it, I won't say much, but before that, there are some other things I want to know. Witness to the collapse of Earth civilization. What is it? Post views, 278 Kevin template. Live broadcast of Star Iron from the Collapse Chapter 032. It's just like watching a documentary about a civilization fighting against disaster. This kind of trivial matter should be nothing to Ms. Haida. After all for you, whose life resounds throughout the universe, you must have seen too many rise and fall of civilizations. So that's how it is. That really doesn't mean anything. But you're not curious about why I know this. You are a boring person. I knew it. After playing the game for so long, I know that the entire space station can't escape the eyes of the Black Tower. Although I was somewhat surprised when I heard this question at first, I was also surprised that the Black Tower would ask this, not how the Black Tower knew it. Seems like you were disappointed. Otherwise, I'll just give you my opinion. How did you know this? I didn't tell you. Humph. No corner of the space station can escape the eyes of this genius. Awkward. Awkward performance, TCH, so boring. Let's get down to business. I called you here mainly to make you a guinea pig. Haida waved his hand and said, Is there any reward? Xing Qiong asked, You really won't suffer any loss. You could just find Estelle afterwards and tell her that it was me who said it. What do you want? It's up to you. Can you have anything you want? Although I don't know what you little brat will ask for, but as long as Esther has it, even if Esther doesn't have it and I have it, then it's no problem. It's a deal. Xing Qiong smiled. But Haida felt something was wrong at this moment. Wait, tell me what you want first. Nothing. I want to marry Esther. Oh, that's easy. I'll just tell her later. Haida closed his eyes and seemed to hold his chest tight. But as he spoke, he felt something was wrong. Dash, wait a moment. What did you say? Dash, you want to marry Esther? Haida finally came to his senses. At this time, the three people on Earth. Bronya was a little speechless about the conditions proposed by Xing Qiong. I don't know why he suddenly proposed to find a wife. Moreover, that Estelle. Esther? Who is that? Walter asked in confusion. Seems the acting station master of this space station. Why is it like this? Timido pouted immediately. Oops. I seem to have forgotten that your boyfriend seems to have fallen in love with someone else. It was a mistake after all. He was not. Oops, I didn't expect to break up so soon. Captain, stop talking. Back to the space station. You said it yourself. Anything goes. But you. Forehead if it's difficult. Then forget it. Xing Qiong said, and he was about to turn around. Hey. Wait for me. I'll ask for you. Haida seemed to have made up his mind and took out his phone. While typing, he glanced at Xing Qiong again. He thought that, Estelle, are you willing? What if you're not willing? This little girl. Damn it, I was caught. This stinky brat. Just stand there and don't move. I'll take a picture of you and send it to Estelle. Dash, she asked you if you have abdominal muscles. Xing Qiong immediately lifted up his shirt. Are you kidding? I love life so much. How can I not be able to show off something like this? Yes, not bad. Dash, she said, take off your shirt. Dash, pants off. Xing Qiong's mouth twitched. Is Estella like this? Dash, let her come and talk to me. Okay, let's stop here. She said she would think about it. As she said that, Haida put away her phone. Wait a minute. Let me take a look at the chat history. Hey, no, don't grab it. How could a small-sized black tower puppet be a match for Xing Qiong? Xing Qiong immediately snatched the evidence that Black Tower was going to hide. Estelle. Esta, I need you. Post views. 274 Kevin template. Live broadcast of Star Iron from the Collapse Chapter 033. Estelle. Esta, I need you. Estelle. If you have anything you need, just tell me. Esther. You're making me feel a little uneasy. Forehead. In that case, I'll just say it straight. I have a research that requires you to make some sacrifices, Esther. Sacrifice. If you don't want to die, then it should be fine. It's very easy for you to not care about your life. Esther, the way you put it makes me feel even worse. That. You have seen the little Star Corps ghost who was rescued by the train. Estelle, Star Corps imp? Esta, are you talking about that handsome boy with white hair? Huh? Handsome? Esther, very cool. Oh, that's easy. This brat has taken a fancy to you, Estelle. Esther, you like me? Yes, he said it was love at first sight. Estella, but I didn't see anything unusual in him at that time. Maybe he is a little shy. He said he will not marry anyone but you. Estelle, this isn't a bit too sudden? I felt the same way, but he insisted. I told him that if it didn't work out, I would marry him. Who knew he would? I looked down on this genius. And he said that this genius is a dwarf, not worthy of him. Estella, although it's a bit sudden, but my current research needs him. Of course it's okay, if you don't want to. Estelle, I'll try. I can think of other ways. So do you agree? Estelle, since it is what you need for your research, it's really difficult for you. Esta, it's my honor to help you. The site returned to the space station. The Black Tower puppet looked at Xing Qiong's face at this time. He couldn't help but sweat. Soon, Xing Qiong put down his phone and turned to look at the Black Tower. The Black Tower turned his head away as if nothing had happened. His guilty look was clearly revealed. She didn't say a word about the photo. It turns out that Ms. Haida has this fetish. Wait, don't be ridiculous. You didn't even say you wanted to commit yourself. Dash, what an exaggeration. Forehead, that one. Dash, I'm doing this to give you more chances. Is that so? Xing Qiong looked at the Black Tower with suspicion. Certainly. Of course, don't you see the result is great? Dash, right. Xing Qiong said nothing more and threw the phone to the Black Tower. Then he turned to the instrument simulating the universe. Okay, let's get started. Why do I feel like you know everything? It should be an illusion. I don't know everything. I just happen to know it. Xing Qiong naturally didn't say anything more. In order to let you better understand the next experiment and what you need to do in the experiment, I still need to explain it to you. Xing Qiong didn't say much. He patiently listened to Haida finish the conversation he had heard in the plot. What's simulated universe? The secret of the star god. Okay, that's about it. Do you have any questions? No. Okay, let's begin. With an inexplicable feeling of dizziness, Xing Qiong opened his eyes again and arrived in another area. The scene in front of him was similar to a cabin in the space station. Xing Qiong knew that he had entered the simulated universe. He didn't know if Bronya and others on Earth could also see this content. However, they should have seen the information revealed by his previous conversation with Walter. In this way, if he returns to Earth someday, he should be able to get closer to the protagonist group more smoothly. Of course, Xing Qiong didn't know. In fact, the part of the conversation he revealed and the communication with Walter were all interfered with. Bronya and the other two on Earth didn't see it all. When Xing Qiong entered the simulated universe, the three people on Earth also received a prompt at the same time. System hint content has been enabled. Simulated universe test. This content is also critical content, which may contain crisis content. The protagonist did not ask the audience for help. Viewers can choose to proactively help before a crisis occurs. Do you offer to help? Post views, 264 Kevin template. Live broadcast of Star Iron from the Collapse, Chapter 034. What do you mean by proactive help? Walter asked, looking at Bronya and Timido. Just as I said just now, sending out the power of the Hershers. It was dangerous. But in this situation, we are not sure what kind of danger he will encounter, and it is hard to say whether our help can be of any use. When the danger arose, I used the power of truth to exchange for Yu Duchen's help. Yu Duchen? Yes, Fu Hua's divine key. That's right. System hint, not choosing will be deemed as giving up, and you will not be able to obtain the corresponding rewards. Never mind him, I believe in him. He will definitely get through the difficulties. No matter what I give him, the return will definitely not be bad. But Timido, do you have anything to give away? Forehead. Timido looked at himself. He only saw the huge tray, my skates. I don't think he would have any use for that kind of thing. Who cares, system? Can you hear me? I want help. System hint reading character information. Timido shoot contributions 1. Constitution 2. Learning ability 3. Roller skates, there are actually skates. Bronya was stunned. She looked at Timido again. The first two look more normal. Walter also said, so after all, everyone can see Timido's situation in terms of physical condition and learning ability. But do roller skates really work? Are there so many things that can be given away? System. I'll give it all away. Although Bronya had no expression on her face, her surprise could be heard from her, System hint, you can only select one item at a time. For help, please select one of the above 3 options. Forehead. I feel that learning ability should be more useful. Just give this. System hint, help content selected after successfully passing the current plot. You will get rewards. I'm really looking forward to what is. Mr. Walter, won't you give it a try? Let me take another look. Walter still had to be cautious, although he saw what Bronya had obtained. But after all, he was not there at the beginning, so he did not fully believe what he saw for a while. If both the physique and learning ability can be given, let's talk about it next time. Thinking of this, Xing Qiong in the picture has begun to show some abnormalities. It's here. He should have noticed it. Looking at Xing Qiong looking around in the picture, Timido was sure that the things he sent should have reached Xing Qiong. In the simulated universe, Xing Qiong had just entered and had not yet taken any action. He felt a strange feeling in his head. Then the system prompt sounded. System hint, get proactive, help source. Timido shoot, help content. Learning ability. Learning ability? Timido? TSK, good stuff. I just don't know how it will perform. They're watching now. Xing Qiong clasped his fist towards the void to express his gratitude. In terms of character setting, Timido could be said to be a character that is forced to join the protagonist group. It is mainly a little girl with social phobia. And as for the one in front of her, I don't think he's very smart. But he's just like that. He stays at home for a long time, but he relies on watching the video account of Tianming, Susanna, and Stan to learn by himself. And the content of that video account is not completely reliable. It's all live videos. How to describe this? Just like you learn magic from watching magical girl cartoons. But that's it. Timido passed the test to join the Honkai Special Forces and has the strongest physical strength in the entire second team. Let's not talk about how a person who stays at home and doesn't go out can have such strong physical abilities. It is incredible that Timido can learn useful knowledge from a whole video account and pass the test of destiny. It can only be said that she is gifted with this learning ability. It is a bug no matter where it is. But here, it really seems to be of no use. Hey, what are you doing? Can you hear me? Black Tower? What are you standing there for? You can move now. Post views, 265 Kevin template. Live broadcast of Star Iron from the Collapse Chapter 035. Did he know we were watching it? Well, it seems so. The system prompts mention that he can take the initiative to ask us for help, or we can take the initiative to help Dash since you're actively seeking help. You must have someone to seek help from. Dash, he should know it's us. Bronya explained. I see, Dash. It seems that now that we know that we are in a mutually helpful relationship, we should not be so wary of him for the time being. Walter said, yeah, and we can benefit from this, Dash. It will be of great help in our subsequent battles with the people in the sky, including other enemies. Indeed, at this point, Walter was already thinking about what Timido would get. If it was feasible, he would have to do it next time. Although he didn't know where it was and why there was another self, it was too far to think about it now. His sight returned to the simulated universe again. After hearing the prompt from the Black Tower, Xing Qiong tried to move his hands and feet. It was indeed magical here. It felt almost the same as in reality. How is it? Magical, right? Well, very impressive. The research result of this genius, of course. I set your identity as the exploring star god, a Cavalli. Hope there will be surprises. Okay, do you see the enemy in front? You can try to attack him. After hearing the prompt from the Black Tower, Xing Qiong looked not far away. At this time, there was indeed a floating ball of the antimatter army in front of him. This thing. Anyway, it's not a dangerous target. Then Xing Qiong took out a baseball bat. Do you have any knives, swords, or other weapons? Why? Are you not satisfied with your current weapons? How should I put it? I always feel a little stupid. Don't tell me. I really haven't. Xing Qiong came near the enemy. He moved slowly and dodged the monster shooting. Then he continued to walk slowly to the side of the enemy. The magnetic levitation ball was not as dull as in a round-based game. After Xing Qiong approached, he knew to keep his distance. This surprised Xing Qiong. After all, the game habit in the past was you hit me. Now you hit me, but didn't hit me, so you want to run. Xing Qiong weighed the baseball bat in his hand and threw it out. Then there was a crackling sound of mechanical damage. The small ball also fell to the ground. Congratulations, you succeeded in your first kill. It is indeed the lowest level monster, and it is just like this. Xing Qiong thought to himself. You don't look energetic. Don't mind it. Just think of me as showing off. Ugh, you are really crazy. Haida laughed and scolded. Next, there are more challenges waiting for you. Don't underestimate these enemies. Got it. Xing Qiong naturally knew what was behind. It was nothing more than other monsters of the antimatter army. Xing Qiong picked up the baseball bat and was moving forward. But the next moment, he suddenly found himself in a strange space. Xing Qiong was very familiar with this space, whether in the game or here. When he was fighting the Doomsday Beast before, when Nanook appeared, he had this feeling. A low hum came from the amber sky. Xing Qiong looked up. Countless copper ores, amber, and opals fell in front of him, like raindrops or meteors. Above it, in a steaming melt, a huge figure. A huge hammer was held in the broad palm. Clipper, although he knew and was prepared, but he was still shocked by the scene in front of him. Xing Qiong knew that this was a simulated universe, so he was naturally not afraid. Then he walked forward. You want to get closer to see how different the Star God was from the one in the game. But at this moment, a roar suddenly came from the huge body, deafening. Xing Qiong was in a trance, but found that the figure in front of him had disappeared. The surrounding space also began to dissipate. The scene of the space station in the simulated universe then reappeared. Hey, our calculation was successful. The Tsuanhu star god Clipper really appeared. The voice of the Black Tower sounded at this time. The laughter made people tremble. The reappearance of Kaid attracted his old friend. Post views 268 Kevin template. Live broadcast of Star Iron from the Collapse Chapter 036. Is it that serious? So excited. Xing Qiong didn't feel it in the game plot before. But now Haida's tone is real. What do you know? This shows that we succeeded. Hurry up, keep going, and see if you can attract other star gods. That's tough, Xing Qiong said, shaking the baseball bat in his hand, and continued to walk forward. As soon as he walked out of the room, he saw another virtual soldier monster. Go and kill him. Xing Qiong didn't think much about it. He knew exactly what would happen in the current simulated universe. He threw the baseball bat again. It hit the virtual soldier's head squarely. The virtual soldier's head was like a sledgehammer hitting a watermelon. With a bang, it exploded. It seems that these are not a challenge to you at all. Fortunately, Xing Qiong knew it in his heart. How could the monsters be challenging? The game design would definitely not do that. The next second, a familiar pop-up window appeared in front of him. Xing Qiong knew that this was the buff. This is a small attachment I added in the simulated universe, which will be helpful for your subsequent battles. Okay, how come you don't seem surprised at all? Surprised? What are you surprised about? It's already cooked. Xing Qiong thought so in his heart, but he still agreed with Haida. I'm so surprised. Forget it, but no star god appeared this time. Pick one and keep going. Xing Qiong didn't think much about it, and just picked one at random. Xing Qiong didn't bother to read the specific content above. Then he continued to move forward. If I remember correctly, in this experiment, 2 star gods should appear. The second one seems to be Fu Li from memory. Thinking of ending this experiment quickly, Xing Qiong continued to move forward. Not long after, the shadow of the monster appeared in front of him again. He has become very familiar with using the baseball bat as a throwing weapon. You seem to like sneak attacks from a distance. Isn't this to save you time? Well, you are right. After the sound of a watermelon popping, the space became unusually quiet. Okay, maybe I'm too eager for quick success. It seems that the appearance of Clipper is just a coincidence. There is really no rush. Okay, come out. This is it for now. Come out and we'll talk later. Xing Qiong did not reply. After all, logically, the guy should show up later. Xing Qiong thought so. What are you doing? Wait a minute. It seems. He is coming. The voice of the Black Tower gradually became strange. There was a sense of unreality and emptiness that was gradually moving away. Then the scene in front of him gradually changed. A blurry figure appeared in front of him. It seemed that the body was made of countless lenses. The face was exactly the same. The facial features were repeatedly refracted by the prism, and the specific shape could not be seen. There seemed to be countless pictures in it. A white-haired boy appeared in it. He was obviously a child, but in his eyes, he saw the vicissitudes that did not belong to a teenager. Xing Qiong knew that it was himself. There were countless pictures on the side. There were twisted space creations, and a woman with white hair and golden pupils stood in the sky. In front of him was a red-haired woman with bruises all over her body. Xing Qiong remembered. That was GZ and Kiana. Then there was a crying baby. Countless familiar or unfamiliar figures. Xing Qiong knew. This was everyone's. He knew everyone's memory. This was the floating of memory. When Xing Qiong stared at it, he felt a strange feeling on his body. A card floated out of his body. Xing Qiong tried to reach out and grab it, but his hand passed through. What is that? A light cone. The Black Tower also saw this scene. The next moment, a strange light gradually emerged from the light cone. Then it unfolded into a light curtain. In it, a gray figure appeared in the center of the screen. He looked like a warrior, hitting the wooden stake in front of him. Then he turned red and walked barefoot on the beach. He is seen holding a folding umbrella, wearing a Taoist robe, looking like an immortal with long hair dancing in the wind. He is also seen wearing armor and fighting a huge white dragon. This is, in a light cone, Fu Hua's memory. Then, the voice of the figure suddenly came. The robe floated and wrapped around you. You opened your black skin and sneered at the exploration. The silk threads rotated and overlapped, and the warp and weft were woven into the ocean. Words, the original words from the game plot. The words are connected to each other, but it is impossible to tell what they are trying to express. It seems like a whisper or a murmur. Xing Qiong was about to speak. Only then did he realize that the figure had disappeared without a trace. Running away again? What happened to the light cone just now? Yours? How did you get that thing? Shenzhou tablet, the JPG, post views. 261 Kevin template. Live broadcast of Star Iron from the collapsed Chapter 037 call. After leaving the simulated universe, Xing Qiong took a deep breath. Somehow, even though it was real, he still felt that the air outside was fresher. Can you tell me now? Dash, where does your light cone come from? It was an accidental discovery. Xing Qiong did not lie. It was indeed sudden and inexplicable. However, Haida was obviously not satisfied with this answer. Never mind. I'm not interested in light cones. Dash, although the technology is very unusual, it is something that someone has been able to do. Dash, just a reminder. Light cone is the technology of Liu Guang Yiding. Dash, if that thing is exposed to those people, Dash. I can't say what will happen, but you have to be careful, Dash, that's all I can say. Although nothing should go wrong in my hands, there's no way you'd agree if I asked you to hand it over to me. I see. Dash, thanks for the reminder. You are such a nice person. Good guy. I didn't know how to respond to Xing Qiong's praise for a while. Dash, forget it. Let's get down to business. The test results of this simulated universe were very successful. Dash, I didn't expect to meet two star gods at once. Dash, yeah. Haida crossed his arms and nodded. He was very satisfied and complacent. Dash, okay, that's it. You can go back now. I still need to continue upgrading. Dash, next test time. Forget it. When you return to the space station, let me know in advance. Just call me when you're ready. Dash, I won't leave for now. Dash, you're not leaving? You mean you plan to stay in the space station? The Black Tower puppet was a little surprised. Didn't Nesta agree to everything? It wouldn't be appropriate for me to just leave like this, right? Dash, after all, this is the result of my sacrifice as a guinea pig. Okay, whatever, space station. It shouldn't be a problem to keep a few idle people. Dash, that's it. I have to go now. I have to share the experimental results with Ruan, May, and Screwgum. Dash, you can go find Esther by yourself later. I've already connected the dots for you. Dash, can it be done specifically? Dash, it depends on you. Okay, no problem. If it doesn't work, I'll leave right away. Xing Qiong smiled brightly while speaking. Haida knew what was going on when he saw Xing Qiong smile. Forehead. Dash. Oh, I will secretly help bring you two together, don't worry. Hey, that's so embarrassing. After all, a force melon is not sweet. Hearing this, Haida couldn't help but roll his eyes. Haida thought you really think so. This brat. Forget it. Anyway, the result is good. Forehead, a talented man and a beautiful woman, a match made in heaven. I would feel bad if you two don't make it. Xing Qiong thought if you think so, you're crazy. Thank you so much, Ms. Black Tower. After that, the Black Tower puppet in front of him turned into a dazed look. Gone. There was no response. Then Xing Qiong waved his hand in front of the Black Tower. Still no response. Xing Qiong suddenly had a bold idea in his mind. He then bared his teeth at the void. What is he going to do? Why does he seem to be smiling? A little bit. Is he smiling at me? Timido got goosebumps when he saw Xing Qiong's smiling face. After all, he had never seen or even thought Xing Qiong would show such an expression. It seemed that he was about to do something incredible. And at first glance, it was not a good thing. I think it should be. After all, he knows we're watching him. But then again, Timido, your reward. Is it time to arrive? Walter said. At this time, Walter was obviously more concerned about this. Oh yes, I almost forgot about this. Dash. Why is there no response yet? System hint dash, here it comes. See what good stuff it will be. The first part of the simulated universe plot has been completed, taking the initiative to help the audience. Timido shoot rewards are being matched. Post views, 277 Kevin template. live broadcast of Star Iron from the Collapse Chapter 038 system. Hint: contribute content. Learning has been returned. Congratulations to Timido. Shoot, gain ability. Luck, lucky. Dash feel. It seems that the captain's is not as real as mine. Timido frowned. It should be considered a good ability. What do you think, Mr. Walter? At least it's not a loss. Dash. After all, the contributing helping abilities are also returned. Indeed, what I contributed and what I received were duplicates, which was equivalent to an enhanced version, so I didn't get it back. Dash, to be precise, it was returned after being strengthened. No matter how you look at it, this kind of active help is indeed worthwhile. It seems that I need to give it a try. Walter said this casually. In fact, he couldn't wait. I thought it would enhance something. Dash, and luck is something that cannot be seen or touched. Dash, if possible. I think I should announce the lottery ticket I bought yesterday. Timijuo was a little disappointed, but the next second, the phone in Timijuo's pocket rang. Hello, how are you? Dash, what? When? Dash, is this true? Let me see. Dash, oh, I saw it. I saw the message. Yes, it's me. Okay. I'll be there right away. Dash, okay. I'll bring a few more people with me, so no one will dare to steal my things. While speaking, Timido looked at Walter and Bronya. The two of them gathered together and whispered, Bronya, do you think I won the lottery? Forehead, looking at her expression and words, it feels possible. Dash, I didn't expect that the effect of this ability would be shown so quickly. At this point, Timido hung up the phone. I won the prize. Dash, I really won. Timido was so excited that he even emphasized it again. So, Timido, how much did you win? 30,000. Forehead. Dash, how can I put it? 30,000 is not too much, but not too little either. It's the first prize. Timido emphasized again, Dash, the most important is lucky. What does Mr. Walter think? Dash, at least showing your ability is useful. Indeed. Okay, I'm going to go collect the award. Dash, Captain, come with me. They reminded me to be more careful. Bronya and Walter looked at each other. They praised Timido. Well, learning genius, the strongest physique of the second Honkai team. In short, they fooled Timido themselves. Then the two continued to watch the live broadcast. She goes by herself. There really won't be any danger. Don't worry. Timido's physical fitness is not only better than that of the new generation, but even many Valkyries who have served for many years are inferior to them. Yeah, that's true. The two looked at the light screen again. Xing Qiong was holding the head of the Black Tower doll in his left hand and a leg in his right hand. Even his clothes, hat, shoes, and socks were scattered all over the floor. Forehead, what on earth is he doing? Bronya asked in confusion. It seems like he is studying this puppet. In the space station at this time, Xing Qiong was lost in thought as he looked at the puppet parts scattered on the ground in front of him. There were only simple circuits. It was really like a puppet, but the strings were all in the puppet's body and on each joint. Most of the other parts were body tissues. Such a thin line could complete such perfect control. He is really a genius. I didn't see anything like chips. The device for receiving and sending information is probably hidden in these lines. TSK, TSK, TSK. Although it looks like a little girl, it doesn't have any of the characteristics it should have. If the head is lost, it can be called a boy. It seems that the Black Tower looked like this when I was a child. Ordinary, Dash, what are you doing? The head spoke. I think I told you before I am, Dash, the kind of person who is interested in girls' bodies. I was careless. I didn't realize you were serious. Dash, but looking at you, you seem a little confused. Indeed, this creation of genius is still a little difficult for me to understand. If you want to know, there's a blueprint on the ground in that corner. Xing Qiong looked at the scattered papers in the corner. It was exactly as described. The research results of the Black Tower, especially the manuscripts, were all thrown away casually. Then when Xing Qiong turned his eyes back, he found that the puppet in front of him had restored the original in an indescribable way. As if it had never been opened, I told Ruan Mei and Screw Gumu about you. Dash, they are interested in you too. Dash, I hope you could be there next time I come. It depends, Dash. If they choose to come while Estelle and I are on our honeymoon, so be it. Post views, 255 Kevin template. live broadcast of Star Iron from the Collapse Chapter 039, unfortunately. Timido's learning ability did not play a role in Xing Qiong's research on the drawings of the Black Tower. To be honest, Timido's ability is more like a hands-on ability. It's the feeling that everything is easier to do. Xing Qiong didn't have much hope. The reason why he dismantled the Black Tower doll was not because he wanted to learn. It was just pure curiosity. However, the Black Tower's reaction to this matter seemed to be gone after the first ah. Obviously, this old woman who has lived for who knows how many centuries doesn't care about this kind of thing at all. In her eyes, only research is more important. The Black Tower herself said, "So, you don't understand, right? Never mind. Just be a guinea pig and don't worry about anything else. Dash, if you want a doll, I'll give you one. No problem with any of this. Then I want a big one. No problem." Xing Qiong didn't stay any longer. He left the laboratory and walked directly towards the platform. From a distance, he could already see the outline of the train. GZ seemed to have been waiting for a long time. "You are here." GZ greeted Xing Qiong enthusiastically. "Dash, have you thought about it?" "Dash, should we board the train? Or stay in the space station?" "Well, I plan to stay. Okay, I respect your choice." When Xing Qiong made his decision. At this moment, Walter, who was watching the live broadcast on a light screen on Earth, was so surprised that he couldn't speak. "Mr. Walter," Bronya called out. Walter came back to his senses. Then he asked Bronya, "I don't know what happened. Dash. But this person should not be teacher Jeezy Dash before you came back. She had already appeared in the light curtain." Walter then fell in a deep thought. After a moment, Walter told Bronya what he had seen at the outpost of the man in the sky. "Although it's unbelievable, Dash, I did see this guy's photo there. Dash, the people in heaven have the intention of invading that world. Could it be that this place in the light curtain, is it another world?" Bronya said. Walter nodded immediately. "Very likely. She looks exactly like the one I saw in the photo from that time." "Dash, this is probably that world." "Dash, but why on earth is there a me there?" "Dash, could it be that there is a civilization there that is similar to the one on Earth?" It's hard to say. The two of them had no idea what was going on. When they were wondering, a figure carrying large and small boxes and bags entered the office. "Timido. I think it's a bit boring to just watch." The two of them realized that what Timido bought were peanuts, melon seeds, snacks, and drinks. They were also impressed by Timido's mentality. However, after thinking about it, they felt that there was nothing wrong. But then the system prompt came again. "It has been detected that the host decision is about to deviate from the main line. The direction of the script will change completely. After leaving the main content, you will no longer receive rewards. Communication restrictions have now been lifted. The group chat window has been opened." What's the meaning? Dash, does this mean that Xing Qiong's decision will involve a lot of things? Bronya was a little puzzled. Dash, and when he talked about the script, it felt like the future of that world, as if being controlled by something. Dash, is it a foregone conclusion? Judging from the current situation, for us, Dash, the biggest concern is that we can no longer help him. Nor can we gain anything from this. Dash, we will have less leverage to compete with those in heaven. This system removes the restrictions on communication, which means we can talk to Xing Qiong. Dash, it seems to want us to convince him. Mr. Walter, from our perspective, we should do this. Dash, but it's his choice after all, to impose our ideas on him. Dash, ask for his opinion first. If that doesn't work, then use moral kidnapping on him. Walter didn't expect Bronya to say this. System hint group chat is on. Xing Qiong joins the Honkai chat room. Bronya joins the Honkai chat room. Walter Young joins the Honkai chat room. Timido Shoot joins the Honkai chat room. Xing Qiong. Post views, 266 Kevin template. Live broadcast of Star Iron from the Collapse Chapter 040. Collapse chat room. What do you mean you want to use this to gain leverage over the people in heaven? Bronya. Yes, I have obtained a cracked version of the power of truth. Bronya. You can use the power of the Hershers without Honkai energy as a medium. Is it still possible? Through communication with the audience on Earth, Xing Qiong learned the general situation. Xing Qiong did not expect that everyone on Earth could get such a perverted reward. Walter, although this is what we desperately want. Walter, but I still want to ask for your opinion. After all, you have made a decision. Walter? Lao Young? Walter, it seems that as you said at that time, you know me. I know. But I see. The information I got from communicating with Walter on the train was that Walter came to the star Iron World after the Earth drove away the people in the sky. In other words, Walter himself was actually still on Earth at this time. Then what Walter said on the train before is probably the truth. This world, that is, the timeline of the Star Rail world, is already ahead of Earth by a lot. Walter, looks like you've figured it out. Well, I think I understand. But you should have said earlier that the train had already left. Xing Qiong looked at the train that had already gone away. Then his eyes returned to the chat window again. Bronya, if we had talked to you earlier, we would have reminded you in time. It's too late to say anything now. You don't know, but I do. This world is much more dangerous than the Earth we live on. Even with you, Duken, I don't want to take any risks either. You should have been watching the previous situation in the live broadcast, and you know it all. I'm ready to get married and have children in the space station. Bronya, getting married and having children. Is that all you pursue? What are you talking about? A man, a peasant woman, a mountain spring, and a little field. Brother, I'm tired. I won't fight anymore. I just want to be a fool in love and have a stable home. Bronya, Bronya, get married and have children. You can get married and have children anywhere. Bronya, I'll give birth to you when you come back. Timido, Captain. Timido, Captain, aren't you trying to bring us together? Bronya, oh yes. Bronya, let's add Timido. Bronya, if it doesn't work, I'll try to persuade Mei-san again. Okay, go and persuade him. Let's see if Kiana agrees. Bronya, stupid Kiana? Bronya, do you even know about this? You should have seen it during the live broadcast. It's not an exaggeration to say that I watched you grow up. Although for me in this world, I should have grown up with them. Bronya, then bring that stupid Kiana along too. Seriously, Bronya, for the future of the Earth, I believe she would be willing to sacrifice. No, it seems like I'm taking advantage of someone's misfortune. Bronya, so, you're willing to help us without us having to sacrifice ourselves? Forehead, it's okay to make some sacrifices. Bronya, you go and persuade them. I'll be waiting for your good news in the space station. It's not impossible to help you, but I said before that this world is much more dangerous than Earth. Even Kiana today may not be able to stay out of trouble here. Bronya, we can help. Assistance. I forgot about this. If I could get Kiana involved and get a few more Hersher's powers, it should be possible. Then you can find a few more audience members. Bronya, you promised? You go shake the guy first. If I don't have enough strength, I'm afraid that my business will collapse halfway. Bronya, no problem. Having said this, Bronya was ready to contact the others. At this moment, a sharing function appeared on the screen in front of the 3 people on Earth. This is... Bronya immediately pressed. It seems like there's a function to invite other people. Bronya immediately clicked on the name at the top after a series of operations. May Ryden joins the chat room. Post views, 251 Kevin template, live broadcast of Star Iron from the Collapse Chapter 041. If you are serious, will she agree? Ryden May. Ryden May, what's going on? Bronya. May. Elder sister. Bronya. Don't worry about the situation. Just say you are willing. Haha. It turns out I didn't know what was going on. May Ryden. I don't know what the situation is, but since you call me sister, I will agree to it reluctantly. Bronya. Did you hear that? Let's get back to the main storyline. Okay, wait for me to come back. Don't regret it. Ryden May. This is what is this screen of light in front of me. Timido. Can Captain May see it too? May Ryden. Oh, Timido. Hello. A light curtain suddenly appeared over here. Is there one over there too? Timido. Yes, we have been watching it for quite a while. Ryden May. Is there anything interesting? Ryden May. Wait a minute. This is Kevin. May Ryden. He's still alive. Wait, is this a movie? Or is it Bronya? I knew May would be shocked. May Ryden. Is this the person who looks very similar to Kevin? May Ryden. You two already know each other? Bronya. Well, I'm going to make a game and let him play the role. May Ryden. So this is that game? Bronya. No. I'll tell you in detail later. Ryden May. Okay, but really they're exactly the same. May Ryden, how did you survive when you look like this? Xing Qiong was speechless about what May said, but it is true that Xing Qiong had a very difficult life. After all, Tianming's network is spread all over the world, especially during the period when the world serpent was active. Xing Qiong can be said to be very cautious in his activities and dared not show up too much. Fortunately, there was no danger. Then Bronya explained the situation to Mei in detail over the phone. Xing Qiong has not been idle during this period. The train left. It is not so easy to enter the main line in a short time. Maybe it will require the Black Tower. Xing Qiong thought about it and decided to take it one step at a time. Then he took out his mobile phone. Estelle, where? Want to have dinner together? Estelle. Oh well. Esther. Are you still in the space station? Esther. But you have to wait for me. Esta. I can't find Pepe. I'm looking for him. Esther. I'm in the support section now. You yourself? The minions of the antimatter army should not have been completely cleared out yet. Esther. That's why I'm worried about it. It just runs around. Send me a location. Don't run around there. It's too dangerous. Estelle, good. Estelle. I'll wait for you. Esta. Location information. Clicked and looked at the location. Putting down the phone, Xing Qiong walked towards the elevator. Because he was not wearing a research suit, he occasionally attracted attention. Xing Qiong ignored it. He walked to the elevator, pressed the button, and was about to go in. He looked down and saw a white pet dog sticking its tongue out at him in the elevator. Forehead, dash, if I remember correctly. Dash, just call yourself Pepe. Ouch, it's me. Can you talk? Oh, can you understand me? It's haunted and it really talks. Dash, Estelle is looking for you. You can understand this sentence. Ayo, ayo, ayo. Master? I'm looking for her too. It seems that she can really understand. Could it be the effect of Yu Duken, who possesses the power of the Hershers of knowledge? Can she communicate with consciousness? This stupid dog is running around everywhere. When I find it later, I will teach it a lesson in front of Esther. Hey, what if I hurt it? I'll beat you up. Xing Qiong said as he walked into the elevator. He pressed the position of the support compartment. The elevator was going down. Xing Qiong took out his cell phone. Estelle found it. Stay there and don't run around. I'll take it to find you. No response. TSK. I hope nothing will happen. Although from the chat records between Haida and Estella, I can probably tell that Estella doesn't dislike me. But after all, we haven't met yet. Don't let the person get away before we even have a date. Post views, 267 Kevin template. Live broadcast of Star Iron from the Collapse Chapter 042. Things happened just as Xing Qiong had thought. At this time, Esther was being chased around by several virtual soldiers from the antimatter army. When Xing Qiong came to the support compartment and left the safe zone, he immediately heard Esther's cry for help. The virtual soldier's handblade was about to fall on Esther, but the next moment, it was blocked by another virtual soldier. Esther looked at the scene in astonishment. Then she saw several virtual soldiers fighting. Although Esther didn't know what was going on, she quickly walked away and hid far away to avoid being affected. When a virtual soldier no longer blocked her sight, Esther also saw a familiar figure at the entrance of the passage not far in front of her. Come here quickly. After hearing Xing Qiong's call, Estelle ran towards Xing Qiong along the wall of the passage. Call scared me. Thanks to you. Are you okay? Xing Qiong asked with concern. Estelle nodded. It's okay, it was a close call. However, what happened? Did you do this? Well, some tricks. Xing Qiong actually took a gamble. Fortunately, the illusion created by Yu Duken was effective against the virtual soldiers. Not long after, the virtual soldiers in front of him were already covered with wounds. After Xing Qiong dealt with a few virtual soldiers, he took Esther out of the outer passage of the support cabin. When I was with everyone on the train before, I didn't realize you were so amazing. However, at first I thought you were a new passenger on the train. I really didn't expect that you were not one of them, and chose to stay in the space station. After all, with Lady Black Tower here, there should be less trouble. Esther did not agree with Xing Qiong's explanation. Speaking of Black Tower, Esther sighed. Ms. Haida, if it weren't for you, she might not have come back even though the space station was in tatters. Esther was still a little upset about Haida not coming back in time after the invasion of the antimatter army, but she couldn't say much. After all, the entire space station really relied on her for protection. Dash, you are so special, and you chose to stay in the space station. You will inevitably be studied by her in the future. To each his own. I also want to understand my own situation better. Yeah, that's right, star cores and the like. It's incredible just to think about it. The main reason is that I'm quite lazy, and it would be very tiring to run around following the train. Haha, that's true. If you want to live a comfortable life, staying in a space station is indeed the best choice. Dash, by the way, do you have anything you like to eat? I can ask someone to make it just for you. May I? Yes. Estelle nodded. Dash, you are a great hero who helped the space station survive the crisis. Even if I don't tell you, there won't be any problem with this kind of thing. Xing Qiong didn't know what to eat. After all, the food here might not be what he was used to, so he didn't have too many requirements. Just grab some to fill your stomach. Okay, if you don't have any special requirements, I'll contact them right away. As she spoke, Estelle took out her phone and operated it. Dash, anyway, you and Ms. Black Tower specifically asked me for. Dash, is it really because of that incident? Esther said this, probably feeling a little embarrassed. She didn't take her eyes off her phone, but when she said this, she was somewhat nervous. That matter? That is that. Marry you. Forehead. Dash, too straightforward. Esther's eyes were evasive. Dash, I always feel a little abrupt. Although I don't hate you, after all. It's okay. I understand. Dash, if you don't want to, that's okay. Forehead, no, I mean, first, just contact them. Let me think about it, okay? Dash, this is also the first time I have met a bold suitor like you. Dash, although I don't object to it. Dash, that let me introduce myself. My name is Esta. Let's talk about it later. She is indeed a lovely girl. The most important thing is that she is a rich woman. It seems that, as she said, although it is a bit abrupt, she is not disgusted. There is a play. Well, my name is Xing Qiong. This meeting is not very formal, and I haven't prepared anything. Is there anything you want? Xing Qiong thought for a while. It's okay. There's nothing special I want for now. Dash, if I have to say there is one thing, then yes, it is that I want Esta. Just ask for whatever you want. As if she hadn't expected Xing Qiong to say that, Estelle continued. Dash, some ordinary material needs are still not a problem. Post views. 250 Kevin template. Live broadcast of Star Iron from the Collapse Chapter 043 probably, because Xing Qiong was embarrassed by his too straightforward speech. Esta had been blushing and silent all the way. Xing Qiong didn't care too much. At this time, he was thinking more about the things on the earth. He learned from the train Walter that the matter of the people in the sky was not completely over, although the outpost was destroyed. But this situation angered the other party even more. According to the train Walter, the subsequent battles may be very tragic. Walter didn't say anything about sacrifice, but it doesn't mean there are no sacrifices. After all, he said that the people in the sky have the means to counter the end. Even Kiana lost her power in the end. As a god, Kiana, after losing her power, the situation on the earth will inevitably be worse in the distant future. And in that incident, how many people died? It is not clear. I only know that if we follow the script normally, we should be able to overcome the difficulties. Although I didn't have direct contact with them on the earth. But after the game plot is over, I grew up with these people in this world. If I can help, Xing Qiong is still willing. And judging from Bronya's meaning, it is obvious that she will not give up until she achieves her goal. I don't know what happened to this girl. She suddenly changed her attitude. It seems that she should have thought of what Xing Qiong thought. And she doesn't want that to happen. Even if it's just a possibility, we are here. Esta finally spoke, interrupting Xing Qiong's thoughts. Xing Qiong did not continue to think about the earth. After all, no matter what choice he made next, returning to the train or going directly to the main line area, it would not be done immediately. Before that, the rich woman was right in front of him. When Xing Qiong looked up, he found that they had come to the dormitory area. Xing Qiong had an impression. Esta's dormitory was too remote, so she rarely came back. Dash, I seldom come back here. Dash, but today is different. You probably don't want to go to the cafeteria? Xing Qiong nodded. After thinking about it, this is probably the only place that can be a little quieter. But going home directly on the first date always feels a little wrong. Besides, Bronya and the others should still be watching. System hint detect that the current content is private. The image has been temporarily blocked for you. Oh wow, so thoughtful, just eat something simple. I wonder if it suits your appetite. Xing Qiong was stunned for a moment. Estelle had already prepared the meal. Speak the truth. I don't know how long it has been since I had a leisurely meal and chat like this. Are you usually busy? Xing Qiong asked. In Xing Qiong's impression, Esther was always standing in the main control cabin. Of course, that was in the game. Xing Qiong didn't know what Esther did specifically. I can't say I'm very busy. I'm just busy with nothing, and I don't know what I'm busy with. But I should be even busier these 2 days. Xing Qiong could understand what Esther said. After all, the invasion of the antimatter army had just passed. There were still some enemies in the space station that had not been eliminated. There was indeed a lot of work to do, including pacifying everyone and strengthening defense. And the Black Tower was in a state of letting go. This kind of thing could only be done by Esther herself. I understand. Although I don't know much about the specific situation of the space station. If you can help me, just let me know. Of course, I won't be stingy. Just consider it as an assessment of you. Do your best. Just kidding. When the time is right, just accompany me for a meal and have a chat like this. I always feel that you give people a sense of security. This is probably why I feel abrupt, but not disgusted. Xing Qiong thought, this is a complete gigolo. Although there is nothing wrong with it. But if you really live under someone else's roof and do nothing, Xing Qiong will not feel at ease. There will be a lot of gossip. Xing Qiong has experienced this kind of situation many times in his 2 lives. It's not a good feeling. After a short meal, Xing Qiong received a message from the Black Tower again. You go ahead, I have time to get busy too. When it's over, contact me. I will help you with the relevant identity information. From now on, you will be a member of the space station. Okay. Without further delay, Haida seemed to be in a hurry. Xing Qiong soon came to Haida's laboratory again. After noticing the arrival of someone, the puppet turned around. You are here. Xing Qiong nodded. What's up? Oops. I seem to have disturbed your good time. You're amazing for entering a girl's bedroom on the first date. Thank you so much, Ms. Haida, for your help. Cough, cough, it should be this is not my business. I saw something strange in the previous simulated universe playback. Haida took out his mobile phone. After importing the video, he pointed at a feather in the video and said, this is your stuff, right? Kevin template. Live broadcast of Star Iron from the collapsed chapter 044 feather? Xing Qiong was silent for a moment. He remembered that he had never used Yu Duk Hen in the simulated universe. Why did feathers appear here? This is what is analyzed from your data information. You hit it very well. So that's it. It wasn't that he accidentally exposed himself. Instead, the data in the simulated universe looked at him completely, including the light cone. Xing Qiong thought about it. After all, the other party was the Black Tower. There's no need to hide it too much. It's mine. Oh, so you knew. I thought it was something hidden in your body, and you yourself don't know it. Now that you know, it's okay. What if you don't know? Of course, we need to find out. I analyzed the data related to this thing. How should I put it? Although the process is not complicated. However, the raw materials of this thing. The Hersher's core. It's quite dangerous stuff. Donji. Since you know, you shouldn't keep asking me. I would like to ask you where you got this thing. Got it by accident. Really? It seems you don't want to tell me. Forget it. I don't care about its origin, but I have already got the relevant data. Basically, you can also know what it does. I have to say, even I think this thing is worth studying. It can transform the imaginary energy in the universe into a concrete energy. Forehead. It may be even simpler, something that directly uses imaginary energy. But there's something very strange. What? Haida thought. The existence of the star core itself will disrupt the imaginary energy of the area where it is located. But this feather seems to be unaffected. Dash, amazing. Dash, hey, where's that thing? Dash, give it to me. Let me study it carefully. No, don't force me to marry you. I'm serious. Let me see. Dash, how many thousand years old are you? You wish you could marry a young man in his early 20s. Hey, you still look down on this genius? Dash, you should know that the number of people who covet my genius is at least 30% in the entire galaxy. Dash, show me now. Unable to resist Haida's persuasion, Xing Qiong took out Yuduken. Its original form was a lotus, not feathers. The feathers were an illusion created by Yuduken after the effect was produced. Haida took it in his hand and just looked at it. He didn't do anything else and handed it back to Xing Qiong. Well, it's a bit troublesome. If we want to study the essence of something, we have to separate it from this shell. Dash, but it seems to have been integrated. If it is taken apart, it will probably break. Dash, let's leave it at that for now, while I look for other geniuses to see if they have any solution. Dash, I'll find you later. The black tower fell into standby mode again. Wait a minute. Dash gone now? Dash, my grandma can run really fast. Although Haida is fine, I have problems here. I heard you scolding me. Come back. You heard it wrong. What's the matter? Just say it. If I want to travel to the stars, is that a problem? Why do you ask about this? Dash, you're planning to die before you even land on the space station? TSK, what do you mean by passing away? Dash, I just thought that I would have to go out for a walk in the future. For things like this, I can just go to Esther and ask her to buy a spaceship in my name and say it's for the public use of the space station. Okay, is there anything else? The puppet you mentioned before. Rest assured, no more. After that, the Black Tower doll entered standby mode again. Xing Qiong did not stay any longer. After sending a message to Esther, he also left the laboratory. The train should have just started now. It should be some time before they land in Yalalo. But after all, it is the first stop. Xing Qiong did not want to move with the train. After all, in the original plot, the situation of Yalalo number 6. Generally speaking, it is not perfect. There is a tragic character like Cocolia. If the star core can be solved before things develop to an irreversible state, there should not be so many things. I just don't know how Bronya will react after seeing herself on Yalalo number 6. Thinking of this, Xing Qiong found it interesting. Collapse chat room Bronya. When I see you laughing for no apparent reason, I feel like it's not a good thing. Thank you for your support. Post views, 230 Kevin template. Live broadcast of Star Iron from the Collapse Chapter 046. It was the same explanation as before given by Sanyue and the others. Esta also believed it. Xing Qiong couldn't find a suitable explanation either. Pavani's genes had the ability to be as good as that of the Ice Hershers. But the same price was paid. I wanted to ask you at first, but Ms. Black Tower called you away. Dash, well, it's okay. I will help you find a doctor in the universe. Thank you. Don't be polite when you come to me. Dash, let's go. We are not busy now. Let's do the identity verification. Yes. Xing Qiong nodded and followed Estelle's footsteps. On the way, he conveyed what Haida said to Estelle. Haida said to buy an interstellar spaceship in the name of Space Station. Spaceship. Dash, what does she want that for? Dash, okay, forget it. Since that's what she wanted, I'll arrange it later. Dash, however, in the past, Ms. Haida would send the news to me directly when something like this happened. Dash, it seems that she likes you very much. Xing Qiong thought about it. I can't tell. Esta didn't say anything else. She asked Xing Qiong about the relevant parameter requirements. Xing Qiong was stunned. This is difficult for me. How can I know the parameters of the spacecraft in the Star Iron world? So, for a small spaceship with 1 or 2 people on board, the faster and safer the better. There is no need to consider safety. It is basic. Are you traveling alone? Dash, I can't guess what the Black Tower wants to do. Dash, this model is obviously more expensive. It seems she wants more privacy. Dash, it should be for private use. Dash, but she herself doesn't need this kind of thing, so I don't know who it is for. Dash, what do you think of this? Esther put the phone in Xing Qiong's face. Forehead, actually, I was the one who brought up this matter. There's no need to get hung up on the specific model. Dash, if the smaller model is more expensive? Look at the others. Dash, oh, I told you. I'm so smart. Esther smiled proudly, as if she had guessed which hand had the candy. TSK. It touched my heart. Then Esther took Xing Qiong to complete the identity verification. Okay, welcome to the space station. You'll be a member of the space station from now on. Dash, food and accommodation are provided, but there is no salary. Forget it. Xing Qiong felt that it was useless for him to have that. He finally felt that being poor didn't matter. He already had a rich woman. As for the spaceship, if that's what you want, Dash, just consider my gift to you. Let me choose. No problem. Xing Qiong thought about it. Esther would not buy anything strange. Anyway, it was fine as long as it could be used. So he did not refuse. As long as it was quick, it would be fine. However, since Xing Qiong wanted to buy the spaceship, Esther would naturally be suspicious. Esther also asked the same question as Haida. You want this thing? Are you going somewhere? How should I put it? Xing Qiong thought for a while. There are always many voices in my head telling me to go somewhere. Dash, I don't know why, but I'm gonna go check it out. Actually, it was the voices of Bronya and the others from Earth. At this moment, the Star Corps hunters Kafka and Silver Wolf were furious when they learned that Xing Qiong did not get on the bus. I felt something was wrong when he woke up and called you Mom. Silver Wolf looked at the computer speechlessly, but Kafka was even more helpless at this time. Didn't Elio say that I should make the decision? Dash, I have always followed the procedures. This situation is purely an accident. Hearing Kafka's words, Silver Wolf spread his hands. Logically speaking, this development should also be in Elio's script. Kafka frowned as she looked at the message on her phone. Obviously, it is not Dash. This ending wasn't even in Elio's script. Dash, what went wrong? Kafka was at a loss. Silver Wolf still said the same thing. You know something is wrong when he calls you Mom. Why didn't you remind me earlier? Okay, the truth is out. Silver Wolf turned the screen to Kafka. Dash, the data of the sky is still there. Dash, that guy is a fake. Post views, 226 Kevin template. Live broadcast of Star Iron from the Collapse, Chapter 0, 47 fake. Kafka showed an expression of disbelief. But in the picture before her, Qiong's data was indeed still there. Dash, but he successfully fused the Star Core. Dash, no. Other people shouldn't have this ability. Who knows? Dash, but that's the truth. Dash, but then again, it's rare to see you with this expression. Dash, what should I do? Silver Wolf asked Dash, do you want to go back and take a look? Kafka thought for a moment and responded. Forget it, the Black Tower is back, Dash. Others are easy to deal with, but Black Tower, but it's not that easy to deal with. Tisk, Silver Wolf showed a disdainful expression. Obviously, after successfully invading the space station, Silver Wolf's confidence increased greatly. He didn't care about the Black Tower at all. Let's go back first and listen to what Elio has to say. Dash, as for the follow-up plans, I'm afraid there will be some significant changes. No need to reply. Elio already knows everything. Silver Wolf didn't seem to be very motivated. He pouted and projected the screen in front of Kafka. Dash here. Kafka looked at the message and pinched her chin with one hand. Seeing that Kafka didn't say anything again, Silver Wolf couldn't hold back his anger. Dash, what should I say? Now that things have come to this, why don't I go back and teach that brat a lesson? Elio said he wanted to take the Star Core back. Dash, but I'm afraid it's not that easy. He said he was going to write a new script, Dash, before that. Get the Star Core back first. Or get that imposter under control. Go back and take a look. Dash, however, you still need to make some preparations in advance. That is the envoy. Okay, Dash, you should take a rest first. Oh, I leave it to you. After saying that, Kafka walked away. The remaining Silver Wolf continued to be busy. At this moment, Xing Qiong had just finished his job at the space station. After discussing the purchase of the interstellar spacecraft with Esther, he had nothing to do. Fortunately, Esther was still free, so she took Xing Qiong to familiarize himself with every corner of the space station. You said before that you wanted to go out. Do you have a clear goal? Dash, a planet called Yalalo 6. Xing Qiong reported the name of the first stop. Esther frowned, indicating that she had never heard of it. Do you need someone to accompany you? Dash, if I were alone, I'd probably get into trouble. No, the space station is in need of people now. Although I'm sure to stay in the space station dash, but we have to leave before we can even get comfortable with the space station. We can't do anything for the space station. It's fine if we travel on public funds, but we should take the few security forces with us. Dash, forget it. It will probably become a topic of conversation among researchers after dinner. Haha, okay. Dash, well, as for the wedding, I'll wait for you to come back. Wedding. Dash, Estelle. Xing Qiong didn't expect Estelle to be so direct, and Xing Qiong didn't think that Estelle's so-called investigation was going on, but Xing Qiong, the instigator, was caught off guard. I've thought about it. Although we haven't known each other for a long time, the feeling you give me, very comfortable. Dash. Although I forgot where I heard it from. Dash. However, when you have the opportunity to choose, don't let yourself regret it. Dash, you're cold. I have been troubled by this disease since I was a child. Dash, although I can't imagine that scene, it must be lonely. Dash, if possible, I will go with you and travel together in the future. Dash, let's find a way to cure it together. Esther was a little shy when she spoke. It was obvious that she had used a lot of courage to say these words. Xing Qiong suddenly felt a little guilty. Although the actual situation on the collapsed Earth was similar, this disease, after all, it's made up. The rich woman and I are sharing our hearts, and I am using my brain with the rich woman. I don't know what to say. I just said thanks. Don't say things like this anymore. Dash, I'm sorry, I really want to hug you, but this is not your fault. It's my fault, sorry. Just for a moment, it should be, is it okay? As she spoke, Esther had already stretched out her hands to Xing Qiong. When her chest touched the warmth and softness, she could clearly feel Esther's body trembling. It felt good, but it was only for a moment. Esther endured the cold. After letting go, Xing Qiong smiled bitterly. He could finally imagine what Kevin and May had done. It was fate that made people play tricks on me. Just as I was feeling this, a message came from the phone in Estelle's pocket. In stock. Dash, so lucky. Dash, not far from the space station, just the right spacecraft. Dash, take a look. How about it? If it's okay, I'll take it. If you place an order now, it will probably arrive in a few system hours. As she said that, Esther held the phone in front of Xing Qiong. When Xing Qiong saw the appearance of the spaceship, he felt that it was a little big. But after a closer look, Xing Qiong's pupils shrank. This is Hyperion? How is it possible? Post views, 210 Kevin template. Live broadcast of Star Iron from the Collapse, Chapter 048. How? Dash, what's wrong with you? When Esther saw the expression on Xing Qiong's face, she immediately realized that something was wrong. It's just an interstellar spaceship. Why would he show such an expression? Dash, your face. It doesn't look good. Dash, are you feeling uncomfortable? Xing Qiong realized his mistake. He came to his senses and looked at Estelle. No, nothing. It's just an old problem. Xing Qiong didn't say much. After all, it was hard to explain Hyperion in a few words. It would be better for him not to have too much of his past. Then go sit over there for a while, Estelle said with concern. Xing Qiong did not refuse. Following Estelle's words, he followed Estelle to the bench nearby. Dash, are you really okay? Esther asked again. It can be seen that Esther still cares about Xing Qiong. It's okay. Spaceship. Let me take another look. Xing Qiong turned the topic back to the spaceship. He wanted to confirm it again. Was he wrong? Oh, yes. You haven't said whether you like it or not. As she said that, Esther took out her phone again. Sitting next to Xing Qiong, because of the coldness caused by Pavani's genes, Esther moved slightly and brought the phone closer. Dash, how about it? Dash, although the model is a bit old. Dash, but the appearance is still pretty cool, mainly because it's located very close to us. Dash, if you don't like it. Let's look at something else. No need. Let's take this one. Xing Qiong did not hesitate. After seeing the picture again, Xing Qiong was very sure that this was Hyperion. Although he did not become a captain on Earth in this life, he still had feelings for Hyperion. Although when playing the game, his existence was deleted due to some planning, which resulted in him not actually being the captain for a few days. But in the captain line, this is his old friend. Call it sentiment or anything else. Xing Qiong's mood at this time is indescribable. He really wants to see this old friend again. At the same time, He also wants to know what the origin of this spaceship is in this world. This thing did not appear in the game plot of the Star Iron world. But according to Walter, if the timeline is in the future, the old model mentioned by Estelle also makes sense. The relationship between the spaceship and the Hyperion he knows. Definitely not shallow. Hearing Xing Qiong's words, Estelle also smiled. As long as you like it, I'll place an order. This is the token of love I give you. Oh good, love you. Ah, Xing Qiong blurted out. But this sentence made Esther a little bit at a loss. Although Esther also showed her friendship and affection obviously, she still couldn't adapt to Xing Qiong's words for a while. After all, a girl. Estelle's face flushed instantly. She lowered her head and glanced to the side. Her eyes dodged again. This is the first time someone has told me this. Me too, no, that's too embarrassing. It's okay. Let's not worry about this kind of verbal expression between us. I just want to feel your intention. Yes. Estelle nodded. After completing the purchase, Estelle had something to do. She waved to Xing Qiong and left. Xing Qiong looked at the photo of the spaceship again. Bronya and the others should have seen it too. I don't know what their reaction would be. I can probably imagine it. At this time on Earth, as Xing Qiong thought, Bronya and the others were no more surprised than Xing Qiong when they saw the photo of the spaceship. Mr. Walter, this I'm not mistaken, right? Walter's expression was not much better. After hearing Bronya's call, he came back to his senses and looked at Bronya. What did you just say? It's okay. Your reaction told me the answer. I think I was right. What on earth is it? It's hard to say. Walter thought. The expression on Xing Qiong's face didn't look very good either. Ask him. Post views. 238 Kevin template. Live broadcast of Star Iron from the Collapse Chapter 049. Collapse Live chat room. Bronya. Xing Qiong, what's going on? I don't know either. But you also saw that since you're a Bronya, you would react like this. I think my guess is correct. Bronya? You mean it could be? For now, I'm still conservative. It's an old model from a spaceship factory. Relationship with Hyperion? I don't think so. Xing Qiong said very rationally. Although Xing Qiong said so, the words on the public screen were typed out like this. But the thoughts in his heart, it was indescribable. It was expectation or doubt, surprise. This is related to Hyperion. If there is really, it's like I hope there is, but when I look over, I find that it has nothing to do with me. Maybe I don't want to feel the loss of this contrast. So I deliberately don't have too much hope. Xing Qiong can't express this emotion. It's another feeling of expectation. Or deep down in my heart, I hope there's a connection. This way, there are more clues about the connection between Xingtia and the collapsed Earth. If Xing Qiong is in this world, apart from some regrets or tragic ideas that want to change the plot, the rest is more about wanting to discover what the official has not said yet. The relationship between the two worlds with the same surname of Honkai Bronya. You say that so lightly. Bronya, when you saw it just now, you didn't react as calmly as you do now. It's impossible to say that I'm not surprised. After all, this is something we are familiar with. Bronya, but you never revealed what you know about us. Bronya, although I can't sense any malice from your words and actions, Bronya. But I know, not just me, Bronya, if we, including others, knew about your situation, Bronya, you will definitely think the same as I do. Bronya, someone who knows us so well that it's like he or she lives next to us. Bronya, but before you join, before I meet you, Bronya, you, me, and everyone else have never had any intersection. Bronya, why is that? Bronya, let me put it another way. Bronya, I won't force you to make things clear. Bronya, the mouth is on you. It's your business whether you say it or not. Bronya, just tell me you're on our side outright. I will always stand by you, no matter what happens. Bronya, look. After seeing this reply, Bronya breathed a sigh of relief. She relaxed. She had said so many words at once. Moreover, she was not sure how Xing Qiong would react to this suspicion. But Xing Qiong's response gave Bronya and others a reassurance. Although it was just 2 simple sentences, she felt relieved. Xing Qiong's words were sincere. Estelle, the spaceship has been shipped. Esther, It's closer than I thought. Esther, the other party said that after the formalities are completed, we can reach the space station with one jump. Look forward to it this moment. Silver Wolf was preparing for the Starcore Hunter, but a shopping order from the Black Tower space station caught Silver Wolf's attention. Oh no, it turns out that the genius Black Tower didn't abandon the space station. Dash, are you ready to buy battleships? Dash hiss, this seems to be a ship. Isn't it a battleship? Dash, then why did she buy this? Dash, Kafka, wake up. Dash found the opportunity. The elegant woman said sleepily. See this spaceship? Silver Wolf pointed at the screen and said, huh? Spaceship? What? You mean? That's right. Silver Wolf smiled wisely. Kafka looked at Silver Wolf's expression and felt that things were not simple. Post views. 208 Kevin Template. Live broadcast of Star Iron from the collapsed Chapter 050. The arrival of the spacecraft was faster than expected. When Xing Qiong saw the ship through the window of the space station, he was surprised, just like other researchers. But what surprised Xing Qiong was that the ship appeared in front of him. It was exactly the same as Hyperion. Esther, where are you? Esther, the spaceship has arrived. Esther, please go and sign for it. I wrote you as the recipient. After answering, Xing Qiong walked towards the platform. It was the same place where the train stopped at the beginning. It was the same place as when he was on Earth. Because he knew the plot, Xing Qiong had watched from afar at the beginning. Now it was right in front of him. Thinking of this, Xing Qiong shook his head. What am I thinking about? Dash, I somehow felt like I was Hyperion. Xing Qiong was about to step forward. A middle-aged man walked out. Hello, are you from the space station? I am. Xing Qiong responded. Oh, please, sir, do you know Xing Qiong? Dash, the goods have been delivered. Since the recipient is an individual, if it is convenient, please inform me and come to pick up the goods. I am Xing Qiong, huh? So it's you? That's great. Knowing that the person in front of him is the recipient, the middle-aged man showed a look of joy. People, in such a small matter, even if it is just to save the trouble of looking for the recipient, they will feel lucky. Dash, let me take you to inspect the goods first. Okay, after saying that, Xing Qiong followed the middle-aged man and climbed onto the deck from the side of the ship. To be honest, I originally wanted to use this boat myself. Use it yourself? Yes. I bought it from Liuguang Yiting, originally intending to modify it and use it as a private boat. Dash, however, after buying it, I realized that I was cheated by those bastards. Tell me more. Aren't you the manufacturer of this ship? Okay. The middle-aged man sighed. Dash, I was also attracted by its cheap price. Dash, the craftsmanship of this ship is excellent. But in terms of the system, I found several technology companies. Dash, but unfortunately, the system is always locking. Dash, how did you get it here? Don't tell me it's a wreck. Oh, don't worry about that. There is no problem with the navigation function of the spacecraft. It's just that the artificial intelligence attached to it cannot be used. So, if it doesn't affect navigation, why did you sell it? Artificial intelligence. Xing Qiong suddenly had a bold guess in his mind. But after thinking about it, he suppressed his excitement. Forehead. Before I continue, let me give myself a heads up. Please don't return the product to me because of these reasons. Dash. I've already lost a lot of money selling it at this price. If I were still doing business, I would never disclose such a thing. Dash, now that I am retired, I should be more sincere. It's okay, just say it. If it's just for sailing, it's not a big problem, Dash, but after all, I am planning to use it home. If the problem of artificial intelligence cannot be solved, it will not be so convenient in terms of life functions. Dash, it's strange to say Dash originally. This problem was not difficult to solve. Just change an AI system. Dash, but the problem lies here. The artificial intelligence carried by the original spacecraft is in a locked state. It is extremely troublesome to replace it. Dash, many companies said they had never seen such a complex security system. Because it is too old, many technical languages are not compatible. Dash, if you just replace the AI chip, it won't work. But if you completely integrate the new AI system with the ship's functions, Dash, the difficulty of this work is no less than rebuilding a Dash. I feel angry when I talk about this. Dash, I guess Liu Guangying knew about this a long time ago, so he put up this price. When he said this, he could clearly feel the anger of the middle-aged man. 50% off, 50% off. Xing Qiong repeated it again. The middle-aged man seemed to understand. Everyone fell silent. The maximum discount is 20%, otherwise I won't sell it. It's okay, I just said it casually. The original price is fine. Just tell me everything about the spacecraft. Okay, what else do you want to know? Does this ship have a name? Post views. 214 Kevin template. Live broadcast of Star Iron from the Collapse, Chapter 051 name. It seems to be called Hugh. What was it? Liu Guangying didn't say much when it was sold. After all, it is just a relic of a deceased civilization, and probably they chose to sell it because it is still usable. But now it seems that they should have tried to repair it, but the result was the same. Stop, Hyperion. Oh, yes, that seems to be the name. That civilization was very powerful, and its written language actually used the most complex hieroglyphics. Although this kind of text is not easy to learn, but in this case, it would be very easy for other civilizations to understand and decipher the words. Unlike some civilizations, where words look like maggots crawling, no matter how you look at them, they look like maggots in a different shape. Forehead. Xing Qiong did not comment much on the middle-aged man's description, although what he said made a lot of sense. At this time, Xing Qiong was thinking about something else, a deceased civilization. Hieroglyphics. When three unrelated pieces of evidence point in the same direction, it is basically certain that even if this ship is not the Hyperion, it has a great relationship with it. And that deceased civilization. Xing Qiong once heard in the Interstellar Peace broadcast in the game that Liu Guang Memory Court was recently carrying out related work on a deceased civilization called Moon Guardian Shield. The specific content is unclear. Among the information we know now, it is very likely that the civilization was the area where this spaceship was discovered. It's a pity that the uncle doesn't know much information. It seems that it is necessary to deal with the Rememberer in the future. After a brief understanding of the ship's structure and operating instructions, Xing Qiong began to wander around the ship. The uncle followed Xing Qiong in a panic. He was afraid that Xing Qiong would not want it. Fortunately, Xing Qiong is not that kind of person. Just the appearance of this spaceship. Xing Qiong also needs to buy him. Collapse live chat room Bronya. Received. Bronya. Check it out carefully. Bronya, what on earth is going on with the deceased civilization? Let's talk about it later. Uncle, where's the receipt? After hearing Xing Qiong's words, the uncle quickly took out the receipt. Xing Qiong signed it without hesitation. Come on, young man. I can tell from the first glance that you are someone who can do great things. It's so satisfying. I'd feel bad if you didn't bargain. This is 20% of the price of the spacecraft. Uncle, you are also a man who can do great things. The two smiled at each other. Then the uncle got on the small spaceship behind Hyperion and left. Xing Qiong took a look. It seems that this small model is indeed more convenient. Xing Qiong took a look at the message record. 20% of the spaceship actually only had 2 million credit points. Esther, I saw a small spaceship leave. Estelle, is it the seller? The spacecraft has been accepted and can be used. Estelle, yes. Esther, it can't be a defective product. Esther, I placed the order because it was close and you were in a hurry. The seller's description does mention some minor issues besides the navigation function. No, but it really only has the function of navigation. Esther, it's okay. I'll find you a more suitable one later. Thank you. Estelle, happy question. I paid back 20% of the price. I don't know how to go about the procedure. Should I transfer it to you directly? Estelle, huh? You bargained. Estelle, it's already so cheap. The merchant felt it was useless and was eager to sell it. Esther, forget it since you offer the price. Just keep it as pocket money. Esther, if it were me, I would probably just sign for it without even looking at it. Won't he be suspected of taking kickbacks from the space station's financial accounts? Esther, it's okay. I bought it privately, not in the name of the space station. Esther, after all, it's what you wanted. Then I won't be polite. Esther, well, I'll come find you when I'm done here. Okay, close the chat window. Xing Qiong clicks to receive the payment. I'm a millionaire now. I'm afraid I'll have to say goodbye to poverty in the future. Although for an interstellar spaceship, 2 million is really nothing. But if it's used for pocket money, this money is. Cool. Putting down his phone, Xing Qiong wandered around the spaceship again, trying to find other clues. However, as soon as he entered the cabin, he saw two figures, one tall and one short. The two looked at each other for just a moment, and Xing Qiong turned around and ran away. Post views, 201 Kevin template. Live broadcast of Star Iron from the Collapse Chapter 052. Maybe it was out of intuition. Or maybe it was because a word, danger, appeared above his head. Xing Qiong retreated subconsciously. But after the two men noticed Xing Qiong's action, they also pounced on him after being stunned for a moment. After a moment, Silver Wolf, hurry up. Dash, this guy is so cold, like a dead person. You are the dead one. Dash, this is what only a real mother can say. The two wrestled with each other. Xing Qiong struggled hard and roared. At this moment, there was no grace for a mother. Xing Qiong never thought that one day she would personally experience the scene of a loving mother and a filial son. The loving mother held the sword in her hand and chopped the wandering son. I took you as my real mother. This guy is still talking nonsense. I suspect this is why my word magic is ineffective. Dash, listen to me. Dash you. I don't want to listen. Xing Qiong was very familiar with this sentence. He knew what he would face if he let her continue to talk. He interrupted the spell directly. Kafka was stunned. This kid, he's not in his right mind. Dash, this trick doesn't seem to work on the mentally retarded. Dash, I never thought that my first failure would be at the hands of a fool. I am fucking angry. Don't think that I won't fight back just because you're my mother. While speaking, Xing Qiong grabbed Kafka with his backhand. He held her hands tightly and pressed his whole body on her. Wait a minute, Kafka. I'll be there in a minute. This made Silver Wolf, who was still playing on the computer, blush. Xing Qiong also felt that this posture was not appropriate. But after all, it was a special situation. Originally, there was no grudge, so there should be no fighting. But it was obvious that the other party had no intention of sitting down and talking. Xing Qiong quickly held the two slender wrists in one hand. Then he quickly picked up the rope that was originally prepared to tie himself up. After wrapping Kafka around, he stood up and stood behind her. He held her hostage in front of Silver Wolf. All right, Dash. Abel, sit down and have a good talk. Xing Qiong said breathlessly. Silver Wolf looked at the scene in front of him in disbelief. Kafka had never beaten him. Hey Kafka, what's wrong with you? Is this guy that strong? Kafka looked shy and lowered her head. Forehead, careless, he is too cold. Dash, I can't move. Fine. Dash, let her go. Dash, let's talk. Don't even think about it. What the hell are you two? Don't I know what's going on? Do you really think that the story of my 4 small accounts has been wasted? There is nothing we can do. Xing Qiong frowned. Hearing what Yin Lang said, he felt that things were not that simple. But Xing Qiong could not imagine what Yin Lang would do with his methods. The strings in his heart were inevitably tightened. Prepare to deal with the next situation. But at the moment when Yin Lang tapped the keyboard, Xing Qiong felt something was wrong. He saw Kafka and his hand laugh triumphantly. Then, in a flash, Xing Qiong found that he could not move at this time. At this time, a slender hand holding a sharp blade came around from behind him. Kafka's voice also sounded from behind, little guy. Not bad. Xing Qiong also understood the situation at this moment. Modify the data. Even the data in the real world can be modified. Alas, I was still careless. However, after all, I was facing 2 Star Core hunters. Although I didn't detect any murderous intent from them, it was like this. 2 old foxes could easily deal with me. Xing Qiong had thought of this a long time ago. He didn't continue to resist. After all, if they really wanted to fight, Kafka would definitely pull out a gun at the beginning. But I also found my advantage this time. In close combat, Pavani's genes were of great help. Silver Wolf. Dash, let's talk on the way. What's going on? Xing Qiong didn't know what the two were up to. He only knew that Silver Wolf walked to the control room at the side. Then, after a few ticking and clicking sounds, the spaceship under his buttocks actually moved. Hello, you two. Xing Qiong naturally wanted to find out the situation. However, Kafka interrupted Xing Qiong's question. Listen to me. I don't listen. It's not up to you. Fortunately, at this moment, Yu Dukhin and Xing Qiong's body reacted. Yu Dukhin blocked the words again. Then the phone in Xing Qiong's pocket rang. Xing Qiong wanted to reply, but he didn't have the phone. Oh, let me help you. Kafka reached into Xing Qiong's pocket. Today I finished the story of Pinocchio and had a lot of online classes. Sorry I'm late. Post views, 214 Kevin template. Live broadcast of Star Iron from the Collapse, Chapter 053. Estelle. Esther, what happened? Esther, how about the spaceship that flew away? Esther, did you drive away? Esther, are you in such a hurry? You didn't even say hello. Esther, I'll wait for you to come back. Remember to let me know in advance. Esther, be careful on the road. Be careful about everything. Uck. The elegant woman held the phone in front of Xing Qiong. Is this reply okay? Xing Qiong said with a frown. I think it would be better if you just said you kidnapped me. Dash, I just got a rebate. Dash, let others think that I ran away with the money. Oh, good. Estelle, don't wait for me, I won't be back. I'm going to use the money to live a carefree life. Ha 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 ha. Do you think it's okay? You are closer to me than my own mother. Oh, Ohaha Kafka was very satisfied with her prank. Then she put her phone aside. Okay, let's get down to business. Dash, who are you? Silver Wolf turned around and looked at Xing Qiong curiously. It does look alike, Dash, but the hair color is different, and we neglected it at that time. Xing Qiong sighed helplessly. Aren't you two being a little too unreasonable? Dash, you guys stuffed a star core into my stomach for no apparent reason. Dash, now they come to kidnap you again. Dash, I don't know what you two want to do, and now you two are asking me who I am. Dash, to be honest, I am offended. Forehead, what he said seems to make sense. Kafka and Silver Wolf were speechless. What should we do? Silver Wolf looked at Kafka, wanting her to make a decision. Kafka then said, Elios said, no matter who he is, since he has fused the star core. Dash, the result is always the same. He is reenacting the script. Dash, it was too late for him to get on the train. The first stop was a planet called Yalalo 6. Dash, send him over there. This is the only way. After saying that, Silver Wolf walked to the control panel of the spacecraft and started to operate it. Xing Qiong watched and thought that he was probably inputting the coordinates of the destination. This saved Xing Qiong from having to look for it himself. It was just a little sudden. He didn't have time to tell Esther and Black Tower. After Silver Wolf finished the operation, the two pulled a chair and sat opposite Xing Qiong. He looks like quite calm. Indeed, he did not ask about his situation or what we were going to do with him. Dash, it's quite embarrassing to just sit there like this. What's your name, little bastard? Don't. Kafka looked at Silver Wolf. Silver Wolf frowned and blinked. I don't know what to say you. Is it really called Qiong? It's genuine. Okay, let me go. Dash, now that it's out. Xing Qiong didn't want to beat around the bush anymore. He was ready to get straight to the point. Dash, in the space station, I basically understand everything related. Dash, Kafka and Silver Wolf from the Star Core Hunter. Right. Dash, the word spirit that makes people obedient and the genius hacker. Dash, the reason why you are here. Dash, I think maybe I didn't listen to you. Dash, you plan my life and future for me. Dash, I didn't make that choice, Dash. Now I plan to let my life go in the direction you planned. On track. Dash, don't bother. I'll go to the place you all call Yalalo 6. Oh, Dash, it seems to have suddenly become smarter, Kafka said to Silver Wolf. The two of them had also seen a lot of ups and downs. They were not too surprised by what Xing Qiong said. They just felt that things seemed to be going smoothly. Isn't it good to be obedient? Xing Qiong asked back. Facing Xing Qiong's sudden change, Kafka fell into deep thought. Since you know our purpose. Dash, why did you run away? Silver Wolf asked. Xing Qiong frowned again. You have a nerve to ask. Why would I run away if you two weren't chasing me? How can we chase you if you don't run? Forget it. Don't worry about it. Dash, the script will move in the direction it should go. Dash, please go back, both of you. Thanks to the readers, AG Expedition Team for the monthly votes and rewards. Thank you for your support. Thank you very much. Post views. 214 Kevin Template. Live broadcast of Star Iron from the Collapse, Chapter 054. The effect of Yudukin is better than expected. Although what can be seen is limited, it is enough for Xing Qiong to know. Kafka and Silver Wolf found the shopping order of the space station and sneaked into Hyperion. So happy, but what is this feather? Kafka was a little surprised. Then she looked at Silver Wolf. Silver Wolf was also a little at a loss. After all, the two of them were prepared to kill Xing Qiong here if things didn't work out, including other plans, such as fighting for 300 rounds. What should we do? We have nothing prepared for the return trip. Xing Qiong was stunned. It seems that your plan went a little too smoothly because of my choice. Just when the two of them were at a loss, a phone call came in. You mean just keep going like this? Dash, do not care. Dash, okay, I get it. Dash, the script, dash, that is to say. Dash, really? The beep. Kafka hung up the phone. She glanced at Xing Qiong. Then she looked at Yinlang. What's going on? Silver Wolf asked doubtfully. It's all right, Kafka said. No situation. What's going on? A question mark appeared on Silver Wolf's head again. Kafka glanced at Xing Qiong again. Then she was silent for a moment. It seemed that she was thinking about what to say. During this time, her eyes unconsciously glanced at Xing Qiong, who was standing beside her. Do you want me to avoid it? Dash, untie me, Xing Qiong said. Kafka thought for a moment and pulled Silver Wolf out. Dash, hey, where are you going? Can't you just untie it for me this time? Ignoring Xing Qiong, Kafka and Silver Wolf left the operating room. What do you mean? Was that Elio's communication? How to say it? Just say it in its original words. Well, Elio said that he couldn't come up with a script now, and maybe he never would. Huh? What's going on? Could it be because Silver Wolf stared at Kafka with wide eyes, looking at her in disbelief? He then looked in the direction she was coming from. Kafka nodded. I think this is the only possibility. Dash, Elio didn't say it, but it shouldn't matter. How is this possible? Silver Wolf couldn't believe it. Kafka sighed. Then she said, nothing is impossible. Dash, you remember what Elio said to us before. Dash, before this. Dash, what we do and the script we perform are also impossible. Dash, perhaps. Fate is so unpredictable. Dash, a story that can be described in just a few words. Dash, how much can it change? Dash, all we do is plant a seed on the predetermined path of destiny. Dash, this seed will take root and sprout into branches and leaves. And the branches and leaves will climb up the wall or go deep into the swamp. Dash, we thought we could change this. Dash, but now it seems that we can't even change these. Dash, what we have done was impossible. Dash, now it seems that the script is gone. Dash, all possibilities become even more confusing. Dash, or are there more possibilities? Dash, do you think so? Silver Wolf fell into deep thought. Forget it, since that's the case. Dash, since Elio has said so, don't meddle in it. Dash, then let's do what we should do. So what do you want to do? Life is short. Enjoy it while you can. What about you? Me? Kafka put her hand to her chin and then looked up. Dash, I'm a little curious. What are you curious about? Aren't you curious? Someone who could make Elio say such a thing. Dash, there is no script. Dash, I think he must be very special. Dash, more special than all of us. Even more special than the one we had planned for. Dash, what Elio said had no script. Dash, isn't it also a kind of script? You mean? Kafka nodded. Yes, improvisation. I like this. Dash, I can't go back now. I plan to stay on this ship. You said so. I'm also interested. The two returned to the main space and told Xing Qiong their decision. Xing Qiong was stunned. What? Dash, are you together? Auntie? No, Mom. Dear mother, who are you? Dash, do you know how much the bounty for both of you is? Don't you have any idea at all? Dash, with you two being with me, I'm really afraid that one day my portrait will be hung on the company's nameplate. Rest assured, Dash, perhaps there is another explanation for our high bounty. What? Kafka smiled elegantly. No one can get this money. Post views, 213 Kevin Template. live broadcast of Star Iron from the Collapse Chapter 055, as expected of a Star Core hunter. He speaks so confidently. Just because I can't catch you doesn't mean I can't catch me. Although what I said was a bit exaggerated. It's not like I haven't been caught before. But everyone will be rescued. You can rest assured. Even if you are caught, we can still rescue you. Right, Silver Wolf? I don't think you have to include me. And I don't have the same idea as you. I'm not going to join you guys. Silver Wolf turned his head away with disdain. Silver Wolf, listen to me. Xing Qiong was stunned. How cruel. He had nothing to do but dragged his accomplices into the water. Silver Wolf was speechless at this moment. She knew she had been tricked. Why you have to drag me along? Kafka did not respond to Silver Wolf's words. She just smiled and said, get ready to jump. We are saying, can't you untie it for me? Xing Qiong was speechless. But Kafka seemed to have some special hobby and had no intention of untying Xing Qiong. This is not... Is it safer? Safe? Are you saying that jumping is more dangerous than a person with a bounty of more than 10 billion? Kafka knew that Xing Qiong was talking about herself. But Kafka didn't think so. Who knows? System hint detected that you have headed towards the main line. Main storyline has started. Obtain basic protection. God's key. Holy fire judgment. Collapse live chat room. Bronya, it's finally started. Timido, I always feel that woman is dangerous. System hint, main storyline has started. Optional support content. Walter, can only one person provide support at a time? The system prompts that there is no limit on the number of people supported and the content of support, but the supported content cannot be repeated. Walter, it seems there is no limit. Bronya and Timido. Do you want to try again? Walter was still worried. At times like this, people always want to drag someone down with them. If they lose, it's not just them. Bronya, no, I don't think there will be anything more powerful than the power I have now. Timido, mine seems nothing. I'll try again. Audience, Timido, please choose the content to support. 1. Lucky 2. Roller skates 3. Constitution. Timido, can you give them all away? System, yes. Timido, I gave them all away. System prompt. Audience, Timido, support content is loading, waiting for other audiences to support. Walter saw that this little girl had gone all in. She was really ruthless. She left no room for retreat. Audience, Walter, please select the content you want to support. 1. The power of the law of reason. 2. Related understanding knowledge. Walter, all of them. Bronya, I remember he said he wanted the Star of Eden. Walter, well, the relevant understanding knowledge includes the understanding of the Star of Eden, so that he can construct the Star of Eden himself through power. Bronya, I don't know what he wants to do. Walter, not sure, but it feels like he is full of confidence. Bronya, yeah, you've already sent it out, so we can only hope that everything goes well for him. Walter, that's right. On the spaceship at this time, Xing Qiong also received support from the Earth. After obtaining the power of reason, and with the knowledge bonus of Walter, this trip to Bellowberg should be much smoother than expected. Plot, just check in. Xing Qiong has already thought about it. After landing, go directly to the snowfield area. After finding the star core, suppress it directly with the Star of Eden, and then hand it over to the train. After all, the reason why the plot in the game takes so long is mainly because the location of the star core is unknown. But Xing Qiong is different. Post views, 198 Kevin template, live broadcast of Star Iron from the Collapse Chapter 056 system, hint assistance received. Congratulations on receiving the following from Timido's shoot. 1. Physique, congratulations on winning the prize from Timido's shoot. 2. Lucky, congratulations on winning the 3. Ice skates from Timido's shoot. Congratulations on receiving the power of the ruler of reason from Walter Young. 1. Congratulations on getting the 2. Related understanding knowledge from Walter Young. I didn't expect it to work. With the power of the ruler of reason and a knowledge reserve of Lao Yang, it's stable. But Timido's, what the hell are these shoes? Ice skates, this thing must be her weapon. I looked at the chat records and realized that this girl had put all her belongings on me. Just as I was thinking this, a message came from the chat room. Collapse live chat room, Timido. Judging from his reaction, it seems like the goods have arrived. Walter, but his current situation doesn't seem to be very good. Bronya, now that I have the power, there shouldn't be any problems. Walter, well, that little girl's ability is a little weird, so we need to be careful, but at least she is invincible, so there shouldn't be any problem. Xing Qiong, I received the item. Thank you. Bronya, this is all we have. Xing Qiong, don't worry, just wait for the dividends. Xing Qiong, I am familiar with this plot. Bronya, don't be careless. The spaceship seems to have stopped. Xing Qiong also felt that the cabin became quiet after a vibration. Silver Wolf, can you find any information about this planet called Yalalo 6? Silver Wolf looked disdainful when he heard Kafka's words. Go to the mother, as long as it is a registered planet. It's easy to catch. Then Silver Wolf began to operate. After a moment, a planet invaded by the antimatter army. Strangeness, what's wrong? According to the company's information, this planet has not updated relevant information for 700 years. Could it be a Death Star? If it was the Death Star, it shouldn't have appeared in Elio's script. That's right. Maybe it's a planet that has no value to the company. Kafka thought thoughtfully. Planets invaded by the antimatter army, plus the company has not updated the relevant information. I'm afraid that even if he is still alive, he is just barely surviving. We are here. That white planet, is it? Kafka and Xing Qiong looked in the direction pointed by the Silver Wolf. A nice planet? It's unlikely that there is civilization in this environment, right? Kafka was still wondering, but Xing Qiong had already walked to the window. Yeah? When did you solve it? Xing Qiong didn't say anything. He looked at the planet in front of him. It was exactly the same as the situation in the game. If he didn't know the plot, Xing Qiong couldn't imagine how desperate the civilization living in such an environment was. No wonder Cocolia was bewitched by the Star Core. Prepare to land. Xing Qiong began to operate the aircraft from the driver's seat. Under the smooth operation that even Silver Wolf was dumbfounded, the spaceship immediately started to move. Oh, why do I suddenly feel very handsome feeling? It's not sudden. I've always been handsome. Seat tight. Be careful not to get caught on the hook at the stern. Although Silver Wolf was a little uncomfortable with it, he had to sit still. Not long after, the spaceship landed smoothly in a snowy ruin. Let's go. After saying that, Xing Qiong didn't wait for the two to respond and walked out of the cabin directly. Came to the deck. As soon as he went out, he felt a cold current. Fortunately, Pavani's physique has a unique advantage here. He didn't feel cold at all, but felt a little comfortable. But Kafka and Silver Wolf were not so comfortable. Following Xing Qiong out of the cabin, he felt refreshed in an instant. But it was only a moment. The next second, the coolness turned into a biting cold. The two hugged each other unconsciously. Xing Qiong didn't pay attention at first, but when he walked to the edge of the deck and checked it out, he looked back and found that the two people behind him were already frozen. Xing Qiong also remembered that several people in the plot had the blessing of pioneering. They could resist some severe cold. But these two people don't have that thing. A net worth of hundreds of billions can't change this kind of thing. Xing Qiong thought about it, made two coats through his power, and walked towards the two. Silver Wolf, can you change the temperature to a higher level? Post views, 200 Kevin template. Live broadcast of Star Iron from the Collapse, Chapter 057, Silver Wolf. Can you change the temperature to a higher level? How can I have that kind of power? If it weren't for this situation, I'm afraid I wouldn't see the famous Star Core hunter have such a moment. It's too cold. Why don't you go back to the cabin? As he spoke, Xing Qiong handed over two coats. Phew, thank you. Where did you get this? Kafka said as she put on her coat. I don't care, it's too cold. I want to go back to sleep. Silver Wolf took the coat and went straight back to the cabin. Kafka didn't stop him. It was indeed too cold. Xing Qiong looked at the disappearing back and then looked at Kafka. Aren't you going back? No. Compared to the cold, I'm more afraid of you running away. After all, this planet doesn't look small. Okay then. If it's too cold, just tell me, and I'll take you back. After hearing Xing Qiong's words, Kafka was stunned for a moment. Then her frosted eyes smiled. She's so beautiful. Xing Qiong thought so and turned to the edge of the deck. Kafka followed him. Are you going to go down from here? Xing Qiong did not deny it. He picked Kafka up and jumped. Kafka still had a smile on her face. It seemed that there was nothing wrong. She fell straight down like this. She did not show any fear. However, Xing Qiong was not sure that she could guarantee that she would be safe when she landed. She still used her power to construct a parachute. But this made Kafka even more curious. She went straight to Xing Qiong's ear and said in a slightly teasing tone, "Is this magic?" Faced with Kafka's actions, Xing Qiong did not retreat. Instead, he leaned his cheek forward and just touched the warm lips. This woman, the more you retreat, the easier it is for you to be fooled. She used to know everything about herself, but now it's reversed. The initiative is in her hands. You are like, "Are you very clear about what you want to do?" Kafka was getting more and more curious about Xing Qiong at this time. Although Elio said he wanted to come here before throwing the script away, he didn't clearly say what he was going to do here. But Xing Qiong seemed to have a clear purpose. Every step he took seemed to be without any hesitation. How come it seems like he is the Star Core hunter? Kafka said self-deprecatingly. Then she followed Xing Qiong's steps. Where are you going? Xing Qiong did not hide much. This planet has a core. Oh, that's it. It seems that the color of this planet is the color of its core. Well, it's almost right. Kafka's guess was correct. The reason why there was a vast expanse of snow was indeed because of the star core. Do you know where the core of a star is? No. How do you know? Keep it confidential. Haha, okay. Xing Qiong didn't say anything more. Kafka didn't ask any more questions. But Kafka noticed Xing Qiong's occasional pauses. You don't seem to remember it very clearly. It's okay. I can remember it. Because the landing point is near the ancient ruins. So after entering the ruins directly, it is only a matter of time to find the star core. Compare with looking for it bit by bit according to the plot. In the end, there will be a big fight. In comparison, directly solving the problem of the star core is more protective. Cocolia. Maybe the ending will not be so tragic. Xing Qiong recalled the plot all the way, until a series of dense gunshots rang out. Xing Qiong realized that the two of them had been surrounded at this time. Wow, finally woke up. You were so absorbed in your thoughts that I didn't have the heart to call you. Are you thinking about that girl far away? You guessed it right. Xing Qiong did not deny it. But no one would believe such words. Oh, can you let me have a look after it's over? Kafka said half-jokingly, and her hands were not idle. She shot wildly at the monster that was still approaching. Although the bullets could not completely repel the monster, there was no panic on its face. It was worthy of being a person who had experienced many storms. Xing Qiong thought so and held the baseball bat in his hand. Seeing Xing Qiong took out the weapon, Kafka stopped shooting. I didn't notice it before. I didn't expect you to bring this stick with you. As a man, you must have a stick. That's true. You look a lot like him. Just think of me as him. You said we were very similar, right? Xing Qiong knew who Kafka was talking about. But Kafka didn't know. I am this master. Facing the fierce enemy, Xing Qiong was not afraid at all. He kicked a fire head that was coming towards him. Then he took away two monsters beside him with a set of silky combos. Then he swept away countless monsters with one blow. It must be said that the genes of the Kaslana family seem to be born for fighting. Xing Qiong has felt more than once that his fighting skills have many experiences that he has never had, but he can use them freely. Seeing this, Kafka couldn't help but show a look of surprise. Cannot tell. You are quite capable. I'm not bragging. If you hadn't been suppressing me at that time, you might not have been my opponent in a head-on attack. Oh, you are very confident. Then next time it's your turn to suppress me. What a lewd word. Do you want to listen to what you are saying? Post views. 205 Kevin template. Live broadcast of Star Iron from the collapsed Chapter 058. Like that the bigger and bigger they are. Kafka said, but she didn't seem to be worried at all. Instead, she felt very comfortable watching Xing Qiong's fighting style. She started to fish on the side. Xing Qiong didn't complain much. In the past, she would have scolded him. But now Xing Qiong is really beating Zheng Xuan. From the beginning, There are only dozens of monsters, but now there is no place to step. Xing Qiong also brought the weapons supported by Timido, ice skates. Every attack and the monster corpses on the ground were cut very neatly. And Xing Qiong jumped back and forth among the monsters. And every time he jumped and swept, several broken limbs would dance in the air. So elegant. Dash, this kind of attack method is the first time I have seen it. Dash, if it were a lady, she would be even prettier. Collapse live chat room, Timido. Captain, look, she is praising me. Timido, ha ha ha. Bronya, where did you go? Bronya saw the message in the chat window. Then she came to her senses and looked around the room. It was empty. Bronya, how come he disappeared in the blink of an eye? Bronya, and Mr. Walter? Why are you leaving too? Timido, I found that this light curtain will not disappear just because I leave. It will follow me. Walter, I wanted to go to the bathroom, but I discovered the same thing as Timido. Walter, on my way home now. Walter, I plan to share this with Tesla and I. Timido, me too. I plan to share this with Alvit and Susanna as well. Bronya, okay, I'll go too. Bronya, May, are you still there? Bronya, I was so engrossed in watching that everyone ran away without paying attention. May Ryden, I'm here. I just want to cook. Bronya, I see. I was wondering why you didn't speak. Bronya, don't you want to support me in some way? Raiden May. Raiden May. Give me some support. Garlic chicken wings? Bronya, you didn't have this kind of dry sense of humor before. May Ryden, all I can give you is the power of the Hershers. Bronya, there's no point keeping it now anyway, so let's give it a try. May Ryden, I'd better wait and see until Mr. Walter has a result this time.
No more novels? Take part in the voting. The most requested novels and those with the most likes will be chosen for publication on euroaudiobooks.com. There, I can upload as much as I want without the risk of receiving a strike. Our 18 novels and other content that exceed what is morally acceptable are only published on Patreon or the free novels page. Remember, the site is funded by donations on Ko-fi and Patreon memberships.